gearing up for war, don't get it mixed up. I come in peace, kid. I'm bringing commentary and the new releases. I put them hours in to get prepared now. We play on expert level, don't be scared now. I'ma destroy you on a Forza, I can tear down. If you ain't tuned into the channel, keep your head down. Cut the fix up with some Xbox babies, put the switch up. See me gearing up for war, don't get it mixed up. I come in peace, kid. I'm bringing commentary and the new releases. I put them hours in to get prepared now. We play on expert level, don't be scared now. I'ma destroy you on a Forza, I can tear down. If you ain't tuned into the channel, keep your head down.
Family, thanks for joining us on The Fix tonight. And you got myself, you have Crusader, you have Danny, and we have one other special guest joining us tonight. About an hour. I told our good brother to join us about an hour in because we got to get through all the good stuff before that. And I want him here specifically for the main discussion, which is about our good sister, Asha Sharma. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see everybody. Shout out to Gray, our mod. Shout out to Soil Tech, our other mod. Steelo, Spider, Halo, Gaming, TZ. Who else? The Game Adaptation Newscast. I see UK. All of you out here. Who else was that? I saw Brett Brigham. What's up, Brett? I'm not sure if you're still here. Vandal, Lucius, my brother. By the way, I was telling the fellas there in the Discord, if you all have any questions for our esteemed guest, once he joins in, we get into the discussion, I encourage you to post them and put, before your question, put question in all caps and then write your question out. That way I can get to it and I'll be looking for it. But also, of course, be respectful. Nobody come out here discouraging the man. Mm-hmm. But before that, let's get to our housekeeping. Danny, my good man, how have you been, brother? What have you been up to? What have you been playing, watching, etc.?
Man, honestly, kind of a lot. In opposition to how I feel like this section of the podcast usually goes for me, I've been doing kind of a shitload the last week because I moved. So
that's right, you did.
If I sound a little echoey, it's because the room I'm in is basically empty right now.
Wait,
upsized.
So Danny, is this a plus or upgrade from the neighbor with the broomstick?
Oh my god! Well, I was the neighbor with the broomstick because the guy above me was allowed.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah. Oh, I was the guy. Oh, for 100%. Well, it wasn't a broomstick technically because I didn't want to fuck up my roof. I put a deposit down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, but what I found is that you can hit the ceiling with a tennis ball real hard, and it will not do any damage. So
you were like
for all our apartment livers out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't actually have any immediate above or below neighbors. I share one wall with somebody else now, which is great. Nice. But it's an upgrade a little bit. It's technically a 2-bedroom instead of the 1-bedroom that I was in, but I'm using the second one for an office because I work from home a little bit, and then also like all the podcasting stuff. I just needed a little bit more space. But honestly, the biggest thing is it has a garage, so that's really nice.
Oh,
I don't know if anyone here, in the chat or whatever, is from really anywhere in the South, then that like there's about a 4-month period where you get in your car in the morning and you just die. You like cannot even touch the steering wheel for like 15 minutes or something. It's real bad.
I hate the way that sounds. I've said many times,
buddy.
I can't, man. I'm in Chicago. I was talking to a buddy yesterday, just to quickly throw it out there, and I said, "Oh, I can't stand the heat. It was raining yesterday." I was like, "Perfect. I love it." He's like, "You sound like you should be in Seattle or London." I said, "You don't have any idea how many times I said that I think I belong in Seattle or London because of the raininess. I can't stand the heat like that, man. I don't know how you do it."
Honestly, the heat's not so bad as long as it's not like super humid. humidity is as bad to heat as wind is to cold. So like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But so yeah, okay. So I moved, was exhausting. It was, moving everything I own, because now I'm on the second floor because the garage is the first floor, basically. So everything had to go up a flight of stairs, which I lived on the first floor before. So that was a new one. Turns out a lot of my shit real heavy. Could have done without that.
Yeah, that's the part I hate the most about moving. Moving all the heavy stuff. And I always have people like, because I'm a pretty sizable guy. I play football. I know Slow-Mo, shout out to Slow-Mo, doubted me, but I did, and I still have size because of that. So the strength I had also, which I'm pretty strong still, but I was super strong in the younger, 20s and 30s, and they would have me lift every heavy thing, refrigerators, floor-mounted TVs, everything, and I just got sick of it.
It's rough. Yeah. Honestly, the TV was not the heaviest thing that I owned, but probably the hardest thing to move, because it's an expensive TV. It's like an OLED one. And so it's like, okay, don't touch the screen.
I know.
Where can I grip this thing from? Yeah. And it's like, it's like surprisingly thin. I was like, if you're gonna make this bitch this heavy, I'm sorry, the flatness, like, that's gotta go. I need like a handle. You gotta put a GameCube handle on this fucking thing or something.
I know the fear of what you're talking about. Exactly. Yeah.
Terrifying.
I have an OLED TV and an OLED monitor. My OLED monitor weighs like 25 pounds.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was putting it together stupid. And I'm like, this isn't heavy.
Yeah.
But it is heavier than an object this size should be.
And what's crazy is it's really the base part. Yeah, it's like the base because it has all the technology there, but the monitor itself is really thin. When I first got it, I was terrified to move that thing once I took it out of the box. I'm like, oh no.
So it's glass too, like that. Like that's why the base has to be so heavy, because the glass is so heavy.
Yeah,
it's not like an LCD where it's like a plastic panel over some aluminum. Like it's a solid chunk of glass.
Yeah, man. And if you get the higher end ones, like for instance, like LG's G Class, for instance. Those are like.
That's what mine is.
Oh man, so Danny knows.
Yeah, it was terrifying. It was like a 2,500. I mean, I bought it like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, same, basically same price as me. I paid basically about the same price, 3,000 almost.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's too costly to mess up. So I feel you.
I was like, look, I will buy a new TV if I have to, but I really don't want to. So that was honestly that was the biggest thing this week. Yeah. But I've been getting into a lot of other things. I finally started High on Life 2 because I was like, I just want to play a game from this year real fast.
Nice.
And its little time to beat on that website was pretty low, so I was like, yeah, I can run through that real fast. It's just the same thing as the first game, isn't it? Like gameplay wise. I will say, I think adding the skateboard on paper sounds really cool, and for most of the part, I think it is pretty cool. When you're just trying to get around, like just point A to point B, and all of a sudden you're like grinding on everything, it's annoying. Like, just also give me a normal sprint or something so I don't have to worry about that shit. Like, that's really bad.
Oh, they don't have like a typical sprint you can do in there?
No, well, you do until you get the skateboard, yes. But then as soon as you get the skateboard, your skateboard becomes your sprint. And so then there'll be instances where you're just like trying to run and you like jump to get over something, and then all of a sudden you're grinding on it and you're like, that's not really what I wanted.
I see. I have to get to that still, man. But that damn Crimson Desert has a grip on me.
Yeah, I mean, the way you play, you'll be 70 years old before you finish it. But it is a fun game. I think some of the new guns are pretty funny. There's one that's like going through a divorce, and then you eventually find his wife who's a different gun, and then they become akimbo pistols because they get back together. Like it's real. It's so fucking funny, honestly. And I'm not usually a huge fan of like the Rick and Morty style, like shit's just happening and we're all screaming humor. Yeah. But there's not all of it for sure, but there's parts of it in this that really, really work for me. And then, it's got all the same little benefits of like the first one. Like you can sit down and just watch a really shitty movie. But now there's a whole movie theater that you can go and watch it whenever you want. So you don't have to just like catch it between certain levels or whatever.
Or on a little TV or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
The Red Letter Media guys make a cameo again. But there's a whole commentary track for one of the movies that you can go and watch with them. So that's really fun. It's it's just a fun time. It is not a great game. It's not going to be nominated for probably fucking anything, and I don't think it should be. But it's definitely worth the 12 hours it takes to beat it. Like it is good enough. Definitely a worthwhile little romp.
That's nice.
Everything else I've been doing is TV based, basically. Unless you want to talk about how I started Parasite Eve, which I played like an hour, so I don't have a ton to say, but that game's crazy.
I have never actually played Parasite Eve.
Me neither.
I'm excited for you, or I'm sorry for you. I actually don't know which, because I know nothing about the game besides people bring it up.
Yeah,
hey man,
I know it's an old RPG. That's it.
Just whenever somebody brings it up, not me, but whenever anybody else brings it up, just start talking about the mitochondria, and you're there. That's all you need to know.
Wait,
the
isn't
mitochondria?
When I hear that, I think of Star Wars. Is that Star Wars related?
No, that's midichlorians.
That's right. That's right.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse.
That's right. Yeah. I was close, but no cigar. Yeah.
It seems like it's gonna be really good. But yeah, again, I'm only like an hour in, and then what else has it been? It's been new season of One Piece started, so we're watching Elbaf. We're 2 episodes in. That shit's crazy.
Nice.
It's like head and shoulders, knees and toes above the manga. The manga, like at this point, it's like not even the rough draft or the storyboard. It's like the doodle before we did it. Like it is night and day different. The show is so much better.
It's so crazy too, because the anime now is close to the manga again. So
it's pretty close.
Yeah.
To be fair, but it's not. It's gonna fall further behind, I think, because so the season's gonna have like 26, I think, episodes. Which will not catch it up to where the manga is currently.
Right.
But the manga is also taking like pretty consistent hiatuses. Like right now, we just went, I think, 2 weeks without a chapter, so we won't get that until
I think
the 20th.
I think 1180 is coming up. It might be next week. Yeah, next week it should drop, right? I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 20th. I could be wrong on that. But that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I had to go ahead and read the manga because I have a friend who cannot keep spoilers to themselves, and he got caught up like a long time ago, so I had to get caught up. So here we are.
Yeah. I just saw some good stuff. I don't want to say much, but I saw some good stuff.
That's good.
Yeah.
There's some crazy shit going on.
You know what's funny, by the way, just to throw it out there, I ordered some I'm going to be very stereotypical, those in the chat. Me being a black man, I got me some chicken from Popeyes the other day. Anyway,
that sounds delicious.
Okay. it was quite delicious.
Fantastic.
Was it one of the like Popeye One Piece collabs?
It was the One Piece thing.
Yeah,
they got the gum with the gum drink a lot, like the lemonade, whatever. The Luffy meal. That's right, Lucius. And you get like 2 pieces of chicken, whatever. And like they also have the chopper cupcake that they sell there
that's
as well.
Cute.
Yeah, it's nice. And I got the box and all that. I'm like, hey. That's pretty cool. Just want to throw it out there. Love that chicken from Vandal. Go ahead, Daddy. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. They don't have that promotion anywhere near me, so I could not participate in that if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Also been keeping up with the new season of Daredevil Born Again. That's been pretty good. Yeah. The newest episode was like kind of whatever. Felt like wheel spinning. Weird.
Excuse me.
A little bit of wheel. Look, season or episode 4 and episode 5 end with the exact same thing happening.
This was the closest we've been. This is actually probably exceeded like the storytelling quality of the first season in the last episode.
I'm not saying it's bad, but the last scene of episode 4 is the same scene as the last one of episode 5.
That's fair.
It is the same story beat. We just spun it out an extra, which is fine normally, but we got 8 episodes. And then I also want to know why the fuck all the advertising for it was like, guess who's back? Jessica Jones. We're 3 episodes left. Bitch ain't shown up yet.
we knew she wasn't coming till episode 6.
Where's she at? Why
episode 6.
That's crazy though.
Did you see? Speaking of Daredevil, did you see the news? The good news
for season
back.
3? Oh, yeah.
Everyone's back.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Guess who's back?
Iron
Guess
Fist
again.
is back. Luke Cage is back and spoiling things on his Instagram.
I'm somewhat happy for that. I did not like old boy as Danny though, as Iron Fist.
He was really good as Iron Fist in the Luke Cage single episode of Luke Cage he was in, because it had different writers and a different director.
Yeah, that may have been the case. Yeah, that might have been what it was. I think the actor is okay. I mean, I saw him on obviously in Game of Thrones and stuff, but he was very limited there. But it's just as Danny, I thought he would have been. I don't know. I got a specific way I look at Danny in the comics, and I don't think he measured up to that. I think everybody else kind of did. You know what I mean? Like respectively, obviously the star being Charlie Cox, he's outdone himself as Daredevil and as Matt. But then, and even Michael Coulter as Luke Cage plays the role okay. He's not great, but he's decent and he looks the part. And then of course, Kristen Ritter, she's great. Yeah, so they outshine him so much that it was obvious when you saw him. You know, that's the problem I had.
I blame the writer who wrote the final seasons of Dexter for that more than I actually blame him.
Yeah. Wait, so the guy that wrote the final season of Dexter wrote that?
Yeah.
That would explain a lot.
Yeah.
That final season was ass. A 2-pack of ass. Goodness. To keep him away from Hollywood. I hated that season so much.
Oh yeah, and like people always complain about his choreography. He learned the choreography like hours before actually doing it.
What were they thinking?
They never gave him time to actually learn anything.
No
like,
wonder.
That shit was a travesty, and I genuinely believe that he will do a much better job now.
Now, see, that's the problem. Why would you if you're going to have them, you're going to have to give them something like a bit of the Matrix, Keanu, and Lawrence Fishburne training, right? You don't have them go out there an hour or so before that to do that. What were they thinking?
Yeah. Not a great idea.
That's crazy. But Danny, what else did you? I'm sorry.
No, I mean that's my week. It really. A couple other like little things I did, but nothing really worth talking about. So
okay, well, hey, congrats on the new place, and shout out to not having to throw tennis balls at the ceiling anymore. You know,
I got so much shit still in boxes. It's gonna be a minute before we're done here.
Yeah. Hey, well, yeah, man, good. I'm glad you're getting in there, you're getting settled in, and everything like that. Crusader, my good brother, how have you been? What have you been up to, playing, etc.?
I am exhausted, so I have taken on many new responsibilities at work. I'm actually still working. I actually just finished, like, moments ago. Like, right before we started, I finished. But I have been watching a lot of television. I rewatched Daredevil Season 1 and 2, Jessica Jones Season 1, Luke Cage Season 1, and I'm halfway through Iron Fist Season 1.
Nice.
Other than that, I 100%ed Mass Effect 1 on Steam, so I now have Mass Effect 1 100%ed on every platform. With the Legendary Edition.
You're dedicated to Mass Effect.
I'm starting to. Once I beat 2 and 3, I'll have the Legendary Edition 100%ed on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. And other than that, I have been watching my friend, one of my best friends in real life, hates horror games. He despises them. I've been watching him play the Dead Space remake. And he's loving it and hating it at the same time.
Nice.
And that has been so funny. We've been watching him stream it. But that's it. That's my week. I'm going to start Mouse Detective probably on Sunday.
I'm going to get into that too, yeah. You know, I was surprised that they had Troy Baker on there.
Yeah. That was one of those things where, because we heard about that game so many times, like I feel like it showed up 100 times on showcases.
Yeah.
And there was one where it was like, okay, this feels like it's the exact trailer we already saw, and then they're like starring Troy Baker, and I was like, for who? For what?
Right.
So like Troy Baker's one of those people that, like, at first I'm shocked he's in something, then I remember he's in everything, and I'm no
yeah, that's a good
shocked.
point.
Yeah,
that is a good point. Yeah. And what is going to be on there? Like, yeah, Sheen, yeah. Because it seems like they're back in that time frame, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like those old rubber hose cartoons.
Exactly. Yeah.
Troy Baker, I'm just saying, come on the show. That's all, I mean.
Hey, come on through.
You've been in everything else. I don't know why you're not in this.
It was funny, by the way, to throw it out there. Speaking of him in voice acting roles, I mean, the man is legendary. But I was talking to, we were talking to, I don't want to, make it sound funny, but we were talking to a good brother, Yura, who is one of the co-creators of Replaced, and we were talking to him about voice acting and stuff, and about people. Shout out to the chat, by the way, the GCP family. They were bigging me up like, Yura, Umbra is somewhat of a connoisseur of voice acting himself. So they were bigging me up. Shout out to all you guys that did that. Soil Tech, I know a few others, K, and I forgot who else may have done it, but not Morty, because he disparaged me, so not him. Soil Tech was my biggest supporter. That's true. Morty was my biggest op, but they all were like bigging me up for him. But then he brought up to us that Troy Baker, they had been in contact with Troy Baker. I'm like, oh shit, I ain't got no chance for that, man. You're and K of course did too for sure. And K, I saw he said, "What the hell is my my vocal reel?" But yeah, look, he excuse me, but he brought up rather that they had already been in contact with Troy Baker. I'm like, shit, that ship is sailed then, right? Because the man is so phenomenal. Why would you go to little old nobody me instead of the greatness that is Troy Baker? But he did mention I could do, like, he could have me do lesser roles, smaller roles if he needed somebody to fill in for that. I'm like, hell yeah. If I can get into a game at all and have my voice in a game doing a character, you best believe I'm doing it. You don't even have. I didn't want to tell him this, but I was like, you don't even have to pay me. I said something close to that I was told never to tell people that, but I absolutely do believe that. You give me something like that, I would do it for free, at least until I get well known. Then I'd be like, hell no, you got to pay me now. But anyway, all that aside, it just reminded me of that. And just to throw it out there, shout out to Yura and team, because replaced obviously when Gold is dropped. It's on Game Pass now. It's getting decent reviews. I'm sure we'll cover the scores in the news roundup. And what else was I going to say? Oh, well, I do hope to get him on the show at some point. What's up, Sith? Shout-out. Hope to get him on the show sometime soon. I know he's scheduled to pop up on Keasante's and Everborn's Gaming Circle podcast soon enough, so you all be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a really good brother, by the way. Just not even trying to glaze or anything. Like, he's just a good dude, and he actually is a down to earth kind of guy. You know what I mean? Very long winded, but English is not his first language, but he does his best, and he's just always busy. But anyway, for myself, so we can move to this news roundup. I have been doing a bunch of things myself. Typically Crimson Desert. What's up, Abdul? I have been stuck to Crimson Desert, man. I am about 200 some odd hours in now. And I have, as we were talking, I was talking to Lucius and a few of the guys. Thank you, Abdul. I appreciate that, brother. Danny, you know how I play these games. That world is so gigantic. I don't think I'll be finished with that game.
Have you left the starting town
yet? I've only left in terms of traveling around, but in terms of actual story, I have not left that first area. No.
Golly.
Yeah,
you're not finishing that game. I'm telling you right now.
I'm probably going to rack up 400 to 600 hours. I'm thinking something like, because I'm already at 200. I haven't made.
You're just not going to finish it because it's going to take you so many months. Some other games you're like Grand Theft Auto is going to come out and you're going to be like, well, fuck this, and you're going to move on, and you're not going to go back.
Oh, look.
Well, the eat death of the universe.
Look! Shout out to K Asante from the Gaming Circle podcast. He wanted to make sure to throw this out there. He said. He said, shout out to my brother, the Infinite Game Shark. Tell the truth and shame the devil. So, okay, I got to share this because maybe I would be remiss not to do so. Okay. All right. Playing this here and being on PC has opened up a lot of opportunities for me that I normally would not have on console. So, at a time I was playing this before they patched so many things up, because they've been constantly patching this game, I was limited in my storage space because I was traveling all over the place getting things, right? And at a point I was like, okay, I can't keep carrying all this stuff. I don't have any space. I don't have any spot to store this stuff. I'm going to lose out on this, et cetera, et cetera. I can't build up my fortune by selling this, all these things. So I saw Nexus Mods. They had a storage mod to give you like increased storage space, so you could stack your storage space. And so I installed that, and the game was working just fine for a second until they patched it again. And this team, shout out to Pearl Abyss, they have been correcting this game. They have. By the way, it's a $5 donation. Thank you, Kay. They have been correcting this game along the way, addressing fans' outcry, all this other stuff. Fans have been very pleased with them. They have been super active when it comes to that. So they're like on patch 6 or something like that now. Well, they patched it, and it corrupted the previous mod. So when I went into the game, I could not enter my inventory without the game freezing on me. The game would freeze, like stay stuck. Eventually, I found if I left it there because I dozed off one time, and it unfroze itself while it You know I got to go to sleep at some point.
This is the most Umbra story I think Umbra has ever told.
So I dozed off one time, and I noticed it unfroze. I'm like, and so I try to move, and it froze again. I'm like, damn it, no! I was so close. I reboot the thing, and I'm sending them all these reports. I'm going on Twitter because I brought this to Lucius. I brought it to Slow Mo, who were like, you know, maybe you could do this. Well, I'll get to that. I'll get to it.
Okay.
So I'm telling Lucius and I'm telling Slow Mo, I'm telling Kay about my issue, and hopefully these brothers who are very adept in technology and in PC and gaming, they would know.
You did all that before you were just like, I guess I'll just take the mod off.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, let me hit up the support group before I just uninstall one mod.
It gets worse, Daddy, because I kept it a secret purposely to not be shamed. But now I have to share the shame now.
This is
my God.
This is why IT people aren't nice people.
Yeah. Somebody else said that the other day. Somebody else said that the other day where people hide stuff and be like, oh, this is this. And it turns out it was something they did or whatever. But yeah. And I was literally on Twitter, like Vandal pointed out, and like, I wouldn't say cursing them out, but I was pretty aggressive toward them. Like, hey, you all need to fix this. I've sent about 8 reports. I'm continuously hitting them up.
God.
Right? They guarantee they ignored every report. Like, as soon as you submitted the logs,
They better.
The logs were like, this game was modified.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Now that you say that, I bet that probably is what it showed on that end. Like, oh, this fool modded it.
100%.
I didn't even think about that. So, I'm 100%. Sending them mods. I'm sending them the reports directly from the PC because that's how you do it in the PC. You can go right to the perf. Is it perf? The thing inside you click on in Steam. You go to your settings and you'll find it. You go through there where it's stored on your hard drive and you send it through there. They have it internally built in.
Yeah.
And
100% it was reporting that it was a modified version.
You know what? I did not think about it until you said that. You're likely right. They're probably like, oh, whatever. Let's patch this other thing we were already working on. He'll figure it out. That's probably what it was. Damn. I didn't even think about that, bro.
Why would they bother?
They like, whatever. That's your fault. So I had them, and Kay is pointing out, he said the man was making people troubleshoot for days without telling anyone he modded the game, which is true. Because I knew they were like, oh, you modded, blah, blah, blah. I already know Lucius. Lucius like, oh, brother, hey, you can do what you want. But so Lucius will try to present it like he's like, yeah, do what thou wilt. But he will judge you. He'll try to make it like he's not judging you. But
I'm only judging you for not telling anyone.
Well, that's what Kay said.
Like the number one thing, the game updated. Yeah, updates break mods. That's like the number one rule of modding.
Yeah.
You turn as soon as you install a mod, you turn off automatic updates.
Well, hey, listen, I'm still getting used to this, okay? So, but I'm doing all this, and Kay said what you said. He said, I don't care. He said, look, do what you will. I don't care if you want to use mods. I'll use them, blah, 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 before. He said, but I'm giving you the smoke, the righteous smoke, sir, because you didn't tell us that you had done this, so we would troubleshoot it for you for no reason when you knew that was the case. And I felt a little guilty. I won't lie. I felt a little guilty, but I had to protect myself. Y'all get it? I couldn't tell them the truth.
Just, if you mod the game, you've modded the game. Like, it's fine. I play Skyrim with 600 gigs of mods installed.
Oh, man.
That's an exaggeration.
You listen, that Novus thing, I did the same. Novus, it looks so good on that Skyrim.
It's not it's fine to use mods to tweak games to how you want them to be. But if you want support, man, the first thing I'm going to tell you is, did the game update since you installed the mod? Is there an update for the mod for the new version?
So,
Umbra.
So you know how they found out, right? So I was sharing a screen with Lucius. I also have...
And your character's big jumbly ass mod was on display. And they were like, well, that's not nice. That's not normal.
Very close. I got a Wii mod, and I was like, shout out to my brother John Wolf, wherever he may be right now. He was like, I'm telling you, bro, put on infinite stamina. It makes the world so much easier to traverse. And I'm like, well, I'm traveling around. Why not use that since I can't do anything in the story? I can't, move forward because you have to go into your inventory to look at some of these objects to progress the story and like look at objects or items you may have to progress. So I'm like, you know what? I'll use the stamina mod. And I was just traveling around getting all these fast travel points. So I'm showing Lucius and I'm like, oh, Lucius, such and such here. This is how it looks when it freezes. And I show him and he's like, Umbra, I didn't want to like cast any negative aspersions or anything. But he said, do you have infinite stamina? I got quiet for a second. I'm like, yeah. I said, well, what happened was I'm using Wiimote to run for travel. So he said, that brings up a thing I didn't want to ask you before, but because I didn't want to come off wrong to you or make you feel away. But did you install a mod before that they patched in it? And I'm like, I got quiet again. I was like, yes. He's like,
you're faster. You a dumbass.
I know that's what he was thinking. He's like, bro. He's like, no wonder this happened to you. He said you did all this time. They laid into me. That's all I'll say. And they mocked me relentlessly for this. Believe me.
Good.
And I deserved it.
I'm glad they did.
I deserved it. Yeah, because I hid this from the brother.
I'm mocking you too, only because the inner IT person the person is not giving me all of the information I need for the ticket, and I have troubleshooted it for 48 hours.
Oh man.
Only to find out that like their keyboard is missing keys.
He said, "Called Pearl Abyss everything but a child of God." Yeah, it's true. And I did not think so. My thinking was, in the way I framed it, was like, well, they patched it, which messed things up. And they were like, no. He's like, brother, they patched your game naturally. No.
That's correct. The patch did mess things up because it wasn't compatible with the patch you applied.
Exactly. I did not want to tell them the truth, I swear. He caught me red-handed. I had to be honest. But because of that, it helped me because once he pointed out that the mod was the problem, which I was still trying to hold on to, I had to go to Nexus, and because I had at this point I already had like 110 hours or so, or maybe. Sure. And I'm like, I don't want to start over. If I have to start over, I'm not playing this game. That was where I was at. So I did not apologize to them yet, Vandal, and I will never apologize because no one online can see me, and it can't, only here in our limited area of space will people know. I can't let too many people know about that. Anyway, so I said, okay, let me see if I can find something to correct the issue. I go in there and I erase the mod off the hard drive. It did not correct the issue because the file was still corrupted.
Because you've already injected stuff into the save.
Exactly. So what I had to do is a workaround was somebody had an updated mod for the inventory, which was compatible with the current patch. Yeah. And I went through that and removed the object because it duplicated some key item like 1,000 times over. And I was like, oh, that's the issue maybe. I erased that, went into the game, worked no problem. I was like, finally. I was so happy. Because otherwise that would have been it for me. I don't think I would have continued on.
Yeah, this is why when you mod games, this is why people get real mad when companies release an update for like a 10-year-old game. Like when Skyrim got its anniversary update, it made the modding community for Skyrim pissed because like it broke things. It genuinely broke things. Things had to be completely redeveloped. There's some mods that are still not compatible with the anniversary edition and never will be. Like this is congrats, Umbra. You experienced one of the most frustrating things with modding.
Oh yeah, man. It's a hard lesson learned. Like if Vandal says, more of the story, stop cheating. No, Vandal, cheat better. I just have to cheat better.
It's not cheating if it's a single fucking player game.
That's right.
It's just playing the game how you want to play it. It's only cheating when you actually impact someone else.
That's right. Tell him, Crusader. My brother. That's right. You heard that, Vandal? Watch your mouth, Vandal. You heard what Crusader said. I'm not cheating. I'm embellishing in a game design and having my way with a single-player story. I am the arbiter of control of. Thank you, Crusader, for correcting that
I am 100% on board with people tweet. That's one of the best things about PC gaming. I just can't stand actually having to troubleshoot random crap that breaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's a game that has like a great modding community, like the Elder Scrolls or Minecraft.
Hey, yeah.
You just stuck your hand in the door and started yelling at the landlord that it wouldn't close.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with this fucking door. And your hand's busted up.
Oh man! But aside from that long-winded story, I had been watching a few things. I hadn't got back to Daredevil yet, but I had been watching Invincible, the rest of it up to episode 7. They got one more episode to go, and The Boys. I've watched 2 or 3 of the episodes of the current final season, which have both been pretty good. This last episode of Invincible was great though, but it's pretty good. Animation is hit or miss. Thrag has been a monster, Black John. He's a monster in the comics too, but to see how they animated some of the stuff that he did here was like crazy. He did this one uppercut to Nolan where he somehow broke the laws of physics and drew him in like a wind tunnel for a Mortal Kombat uppercut that pulled him into it and uppercutted him into the atmosphere. I'm like, God, how did you survive that? Somebody said it gave him the reverse meteor. I'm like a rocket? Okay. But that was hilarious. That was pretty good this last episode. Listen, we got to get the show on the road a bit. Parris should be joining us in the next, I don't know, maybe 30 or so. I'm not sure how long it'll be. But let's move into the news roundup.
So, hey, how's it going? We've got quite a bit of news. The most recent one that just got dropped in the chat like a couple minutes ago is one of the funnier ones, which is, hey, apparently, you remember that game you don't remember, Fair Games? The one that PlayStation's making where you like heist a bank or whatever? Turns out, at least one of the core game modes of that game is going to be an extraction shooter.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of what a heist is, sort of. You go in,
and we should have seen it coming.
like that, like
But
fundamentally, like that begs the question: is Payday technically an extraction shooter? Like the only thing is it's not PvP, but like
I think that's what would distinguish it from being extraction. You're not doing
the PvP, yeah.
I mean, Payday, I haven't played much of it, but I like the aspects of heists. I mean, I think Grand Theft Auto 5 did that particularly well, for instance. But, okay, I don't want to be pessimistic. That's usually
the game looks like Ass Umbra.
Yeah, that's usually Danny's role to be the pessimist. He said, huh? But I don't want to say this and disparage anybody, but I don't feel like Fair Games is going to have a fair shake. Pun intended. I don't know if that game is going to do too well, man. I'm not sure. I mean, seems like so much negativity is already stacked against it. Jade leaving and stuff like that. It seems like a bad omen. I don't know. What's you guys' thoughts on it?
I'm gonna take it a step further from you.
Yeah.
It was announced at the same showcase in 2022 that Concord was, and I thought Concord looked like the good game.
Oh,
Yeah.
sheesh.
So that's my opinion on it.
I think everyone kind of did, because they looked at this one, they're like, oh, this is every shooter, and then they saw Concord and they're like, that's some shooters.
Visual, like the visual design was like the most like generic Gen Z-ish nonsense I've ever seen.
It was, yeah. I agree.
Like it didn't look appealing. Like I without even like I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing in it. It just looked like something I didn't want to play visually.
I'm in agreement with you. I just thought it looked really like you said, very Gen Z-ish. Like, oh look, fair. The Fair Games is a dollar sign symbol. Oh, it just didn't look appealing at all.
Yeah, it doesn't have that in the title anymore, according to
Hey.
this was from a little while ago. The dollar sign is no longer part of the title.
It makes it too hard for SEO.
It makes it too hard for SEO. Almost certainly why it was removed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could leave it on the like logo or whatever, but
Yeah.
Man, this is one of those games where it's like, I don't know that it's gonna fail, I don't know that it's gonna come out. Like that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it does feel like PlayStation is sort of starting to veer away from the live service push.
Oh, yeah.
Which thank God. Although, shit, man, I wish they'd gotten at least a couple of ones out the door that survived long enough that they could actually make some money off it. Because I think it's going to be kind of rough sailing at a couple of these studios, trying to get something out the door before the layoffs hit.
100%.
But Fair Games, I mean, was never really one that I had a ton of hope for, I guess. Like even like literally since day one, I was like, I don't know that that's gonna catch people's minds, you know what I mean, or like catch attention. And then since it was announced, the entire rest of that live service idea really fell apart. And it's like, it's already resulted in multiple studio closures and games getting canceled before we even got to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw the report that the like Last of Us 1 was like 80% done. It's like, oh, you put a lot of money into that before you canceled that guy. So it's just, I just don't see a world where like all of that happened and we're still going to move forward with Fair Games even after the face of the company of Haven left, even after we know that these extraction shooters like are not breaking out. I don't know, man. It's not feeling like a great time to be a Haven employee. And I hate to say it, but I wouldn't be comfortable if I was one.
Yeah, 100% agreed. With especially with so much going on right now, it seems like it's a downturn for a lot of these developers. I mean, we're already seeing right now in real time with not just Concord, but even with Marathon, with Bungie, who's a storied developer, where it seems to be going astray for them. They're not necessarily doing terrible, but they're not doing as well either.
Okay.
You're right. They're just doing okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
which is not good enough for a game in this era.
Yeah. Well, I did see it. I think that they'll keep Marathon alive just for the face of it, like just because they spent, what was it, like 3 point something? What? How many billions of dollars on Bungie? Like, they have to at least pretend that this was a game that is going to do something for them for a little while. So I do think that they'll limp that one along.
Well, it's not like it has numbers that are like, we should close this. Like, it has a player base.
No, but it has a player base. 70% of its player base apparently is on Steam. And then on Steam the other day, its active players were less than that of Left 4 Dead 2, a game from the 360 era. Yeah. Which is not a great sign. It's not terrible, but it's not great.
Yeah. So I just to throw it out there from what Brett mentioned, excuse me, Brett Bingham, he mentioned, where is it? I just saw it. Oh, he said PlayStation moving Fair Games to an extraction because Marathon failed just slightly less than Concord. PlayStation is desperate to make one game as a service game success. I think you're right on that.
But they already missed the one that it would have been. Like, truly, if they had just put out Factions and like had a different team take it over or whatever, because we can't put all of our Naughty Dog money in on this live service game, which I get to some extent, but like, you could have somebody else take it over, right? I'm sure that Bluepoint would rather do that than be shut down. I'm sure, the guys over at Bend could do something with it. Like, you've got employees that could have taken this project over for like continued support after the fact once you got this thing out the door, and instead you decide to throw away probably your biggest multiplayer game that PlayStation owns. Is that crazy to say that? Like, Factions is maybe the only one I know
internally developed. The biggest one that they own is definitely
that was pretty silly.
Well, but that's not internally. They don't own that studio.
No, they own the IP though. Like,
sure.
If they say it, Arrowhead's no longer working on it.
Well, then that's not great either.
Like, that's what I mean though. Like, they could move that to an internal studio.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. It's at the same time though. Like, I understand why they made the pivot to, or like why they wanted to start investing in live service games, because that is where a lot of the money is, and their budgets on their single player shit was ballooning and not making a lot of it back. Like, I get it. I understand the idea behind it. It was just such a hard pivot, and then you shoved it onto teams that did not know how to do it, and then you also were so scared shitless of putting out something that was just a 7 that you refused to even put anything out until you put out Concord that was like a 4. And it's like, well, shit, man. Like, oh, wait, we can't put out the Spider-Man one because that might diminish the IP of Spider-Man. It's like, do you know how bad Spider-Man shit has been in the past? We've got some dog shit Spider-Man stuff.
Let me read these last 2 super chats, which I kind of forgot to do, and before we move on. By the way, I was asked to show this, and I guess I do want to get you guys' thoughts on it. The Street Fighter trailer that was shown today. I want to get you guys' thoughts on it. Mortivore sends a $10 Australian dollar redo. Thank you, brother. He says, shout out to my brother, the Cheater Infinite Umbra mods his game and breaks it. Anyway, and then, of course, my brother Soil Tech, who drops a $1.99 donation. Thank you, brother. He says, huge shout out to Infinite Game Shark, Devil Smug. So, look, I guess before we quickly go on, let me briefly go on, should I say. Let me pull up the trailer for Street Fighter. I want to get you guys' thoughts about it as in real time.
My thoughts are, I've never played Street Fighter, and I have no idea what's going on in this, if it's good or bad.
I should probably mute it because they got music in it.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
should absolutely mute it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, try to mirror it if you can.
If I could, yeah. You know, by the way, I don't know if you all remember, I was talking about that NVIDIA one when we talked about the DLSS 5 and stuff like that. You know that, so they sent me a YouTube, sent me a notice like, oh, this has been monetized and taken, you won't be disciplined or whatever they say.
Sure.
But you will. This has been taken down or been monetized, or whatever they call it. You can't get any monetization from it. And come to find out, it was this foreign company that did it to everyone, including NVIDIA.
Yep.
On their own video.
Yeah, they took down the videos themselves. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, how the hell does that even happen?
YouTube.
That was so stupid.
If that's the one I'm thinking of, they are repealing a lot of those, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we got
NVIDIA flipped shit.
They should.
Yeah.
I will say, dude looks like Zangief a lot.
I couldn't tell you what's happening in this
trailer. I mean,
Chun-Li's traveling around, gathering them. It looks like.
Yeah, which is I don't think what Chun-Li did in the games.
Not at all.
Well, granted, let's be real. Outside of the cartoon or whatever, it's not like the games really have a ton of story.
That is true.
Just you punch the guy and then you punch the next guy. But the visual language, being true to the characters and stuff, is pretty strong. There's a couple where I'm like, it's not quite right, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I do think this movie's going to be incredibly stupid, real bad, but hopefully at least in a fun way.
I was like, is it the good kind of bad or the bad kind of bad?
It looks like it might be the good kind of bad. The casting though has me very, I don't know, kind of like meh. You know what I mean? There's a couple of them where I'm like, hey, you probably could have gotten an actor, you know what I mean? You didn't have to get Cody Rhodes in there as Guile. I don't think anyone would have been mad if Guile just wasn't in it.
I don't mind Cody being. Cody is the least offensive part for me. I see
the least
Kuma, but I think funny enough, I think 50 looks like Kay pointed out when we were talking about it. He looks the closest to the actual character as Balrog.
I don't know, that hair's fucking atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, nothing you can do about it, right?
Looks like 50 Cent.
Well, he does, but yeah. But Cody, at least I will give them that they're at least trying to stay true to the characters' designs. I like that part of it. What I'm not, I mean, I know Ken has had his rough go of it in the games as well, before going home to be a family man. But so that this fits in the character. Exactly, this fits in his character right here. What I'm seeing. Ryu being what he is, or Ryu, however people like that's probably the proper way. On there goes 50 as Balrog. He looks pretty damn accurate. I'm just gonna be real. Look at him.
Yeah, because of how wide the cast is, though, I'm pretty confident that almost everybody in this is gonna have 10 minutes of screen time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not getting a lot of Blanca. That's not happening.
I'm
not expecting a ton
agree.
of Guile or Cammy even.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Chun-Li, Ken, Ryu, and maybe a couple others.
I would agree.
Those are that's the story. Those are gonna be our story characters.
Yep. Chun-Li, Ryu, Ken, and who else? And like you said, Guile. That's really it. The central characters. Maybe
I don't even know if Guile's going to be that important. I'll be honest with you.
Maybe not.
With that hair?
Typically, they use him in other stories. He kind of centralize him in it too, with Chun-Li and along with Ryu and Ken. So I'm kind of expecting that to continue. It has a lot of this John Wick-esque color scheme, as you all can see.
Sure.
I will say though, it looks kind of goofy. I don't know how else to explain it.
The choices were they could either make it accurate to the game and stupid as shit, or they could make it nothing like the game and a good movie.
Yeah.
So
I guess they decided the other extreme, right? And some of it's cool, but like I feel like they could have done it so much better.
Marble?
What did you say?
Did he do what?
Did that man just dent like a marble wall?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He kicked it with his fist. Kicked it with his foot, and then he punched it. But Dawson looks pretty good. Like, see, even his blade kick looks odd, right? Like the wire work could have been better. For instance, like look how he does the blade kick. It looks weird. And then Chun-Li's, I'm not sure what they call the damn thing. The peanut butter kick. That.
Sure.
What was that? The wire work looks like they could have done a much better job. I'm not sure why she's. That looked pretty funny right there too, but it was in line with what Zangief would do, like the hurricane kick, and that's accurate to the animated movie with Chun-Li kicking Vega's face in. I don't know. I'm torn. What's your thinking? You think this is going to be a success or what?
I don't know that I care.
Man, it depends on what they spent on it. It's not going to be like a huge success. I don't know what the budget is. If it was somehow like surprisingly low, and maybe that's why everything kind of looks like butt.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like I could see this being sort of like a cult classic, but typically those ones don't like make their money back. So I wouldn't necessarily expect a Street Fighter the movie to, but maybe.
I can't be bothered to play the games. You think I'm going to go see the movie?
Listen, I grew up on Street Fighter. I love it. I love the franchise. I love Capcom. So, but it seems like I think, and I've said this earlier when I was talking to the guys, it seems we've come far enough where this should be better looking than this. We should have a higher standard of what they give us. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be snooty film critic, man, but I look at things like the MCU. I look at all these things that were once kind of like goofy the way they would frame them, and now they're so mainstream and so well sought and done. I feel like they could have done more justice to this, and I'm with you on that too. Alstein, Victor Alstein, it looks slow, and it's because of the wire work. Like they could have done better. It just looks kind of goofy.
I mean, the budget is either pretty low. I mean, obviously it doesn't look like a student film or whatever, but it's either a pretty low budget or all of the budget went into the casting. So.
Yeah. By the way, Newscast said Schultz is a douche. I agree with you. I don't care for the man at all. I hate the little douchey mustache he has going down too. He said he's playing Dan, who as far as I know,
good. So canonical douche.
Canonical, exactly. Yeah. But I don't think Dan is Japanese though. I think Dan is American.
No, well, I mean, his name is Dan Hibiki, so I think he is. Maybe he's like Japanese descent. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's
he's
a good point.
Such a nothing character in the game. It's genuinely surprising that they've bothered putting him in the movie.
Yeah, you could tell he's a gag character in a series. So that's what Schultz is like the comic relief, right? So it makes sense in that regard.
He's basically like Rain, where they were like, "What? We need a
Pretty
guy
much.
in a different colored gi. Get the pink one.
Exactly.
Dan, I guess.
Rain, Smoke, Noob, Cyborg. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Who was in it? Joe? Oh, you talking about? Is he talking about? He's talking about my man.
Roman Reigns.
Roman, yeah. Roman is Akuma.
Hey man, WrestleMania tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Saturday.
Saturday.
It's Saturday and Sunday.
I had no idea it was that soon.
It's probably not going to be very good, unfortunately. The build for a lot of the stories have been kind of ass.
Yeah, I guess I'll tune in.
It's fine.
Here's old Roman right here, by the way. Let me see. There he is. Drawing in the old Hadoken, as they would say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Doesn't look great. I'll be real with you. The face is a little bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. The person who I think looks the most out of place somehow, despite Guile's hair, is probably David Dastmalchian.
Oh, the guy playing Bison.
As Bison.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I like him. I think he's a really good actor, but it's like I don't know that that's the right casting for this role.
I agree. I agree with that. I felt the same way though with Raul Julia. May he rest in peace. I love the guy. I just didn't see him as.
I don't know who that is.
Raul Julia is. You may remember him from the
Raw, like me.
Raul Julia. Raul Raul Julia.
Oh, like Raul.
But instead of Raul, it's Raul, like Raul Julia. That's how it's pronounced, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Gomez. That's what exactly. You may remember from Adams Family. So
Gomez Adams. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't care for him.
Was he Bison?
He was Bison, but he was hilarious as Bison. But he was not the Bison we've come to know and from the game. And Games newscast rather, he just said no, Joe the Fighter. Oh, okay, I understand.
Joe the Fighter.
Yeah,
like the Street Fighter character. Hold on, I don't know who this is.
I guess he said. Victor Alstein said.
I'll go to the IMDb. I'll be right back.
Yeah, check that out. Victor Alstein said he looks like a nerd Bison. Yeah, he does. Yeah, and to your point, newscast, he did act the hell out of that role. I agree. He acted shit out of that role while dying from cancer. Unfortunately, he was great in a sense of being very ham-fisted, very over the top. It was just not in line with the Bison we knew from the game. That's the only thing, right? He was great in a sense, just not Bison. That's all. Yeah, and he did pass away before the movie came out. Yeah. But let's move past this though.
Yeah.
Because we deviated a bit. Did you have the scores for Replaced?
I can get them. I'm sure they're in the thing real fast. I hadn't grabbed them.
Okay.
I know they're pretty decent though.
Yeah, it's pretty decent score. You can
Metacritic 80, OpenCritic 77.
There we go.
Let's see. The Idle Sloth tweet doesn't have any of the usual suspects on it for some reason. There's no IGN on here, but Gaming Boulevard gave it a 95, and Game Liner gave it a 60. So I guess there is a little bit of disparage.
Replaced is at an 80 right now on OpenCritic.
Nice.
Oh, so it went up on OpenCritic.
Yeah, it went up. It went up with more reviews. And Mouse PI for Hire is at 83 on OpenCritic. Those were the two big ones from this week.
Very nice.
And whatchamacallit, I guess we should Pragmata, which was last week, is 87 on OpenCritic.
Excellent. Pragmata is on my list of games to play as well. By the way, I would be remiss. It's not. You're not going to play it?
No.
Oh, you might like it.
I'm not even gonna look at it, frankly.
I'm gonna probably grab it when it's like $30-$40.
Yeah, maybe.
I do want to highlight this. There was a bit of a controversy with Replaced in IGN. I don't know if you all saw it.
I did, and I called it journalistic malpractice.
Huh?
So
what happened?
They deleted the tweet.
Let me find it right now. So basically,
they deleted it.
Oh no, I got a screenshot, so it's okay.
Okay, screenshot. All right.
Yeah, I got a good old screenshot.
Butt chuggers. What happened? What is this?
He's gonna bring the screenshot up. Wait for him. Are you gonna put it up on the screen?
Yeah.
Poor wording. Very poor wording.
Yeah, very.
Pragmata needs to be Play Anywhere. Yeah.
Very much so.
I think everything needs to be Play Anywhere, frankly.
Truly.
I mean, honestly, the Microsoft storefront should just be the same. It should be the exact same store on PC and on
Capcom
console.
will make Pragmata Play Anywhere in 2 years when they license it to Game Pass. This is the Capcom way.
This is the way.
What? Wait, no, wait. The tweet was up for a second. Now it's gone. Now I'm looking.
Yeah, I had to correct the ratio. The ratio is terrible the way I had it.
I was trying to read it, and I was like, "What's happening?"
I'm like, they can't see this all the way. Let me fix this really quick. Sorry about that.
IGN got community noted.
Ah, good.
Not for the first time, nor the last.
All right. They're like, we'll do it again. What was that? Okay. There we go. Oh, thank you. Almost said something negative about OBS, but I think it hears me, and it might.
Brother, always say something. No, OBS doesn't ever deserve praise. It just exists because it's open source.
I feel like if I talk, you know how you like if you talk negatively, like
sure.
things, I feel like if I say something negative, it'll just like conk out, like, oh, what did you say? So here it is. There it is, Danny. So IGN made their review, and and they gave it a what's that?
Oh well, that's only the replaced response.
For
to it.
replaced.
Oh.
Yeah, they gave it a 7.
You can see it. You can see it up at the top. It says even though replaced is one AI-based adventure that could do with a system update to completely iron out the bugs. Yeah, no, that wasn't made with AI, my man.
So the way that they wrote it, it made people believe, or at least because there's this kind of there's this a bit of an AI overreaction to it, as I called it.
No, it's
maybe not over.
People hate it. It's destroying the world, destroying the environment.
I had to know Crusader was going to react like that, but
it's a correct reaction. It's just not true here.
Well, there you go. So, but people have this reaction, a very, very negative reaction to anything AI, even though most of the people is probably complaining they're using it daily as well. But they don't like generative AI in gaming. So the way that they frame this, it says Sad Cat Studios should be commended for crafting such a gripping and gorgeous 2.5D action platformer, even though Replace is one AI-based adventure that could do with a system update to completely iron out the bugs. They gave it a 7. And 7 from IGN may as well be a 5 or something. It seems like that's their go-to. So
they sort of disparaged what that number means for them, unfortunately.
Right. So Replace their Twitter handle and handler. I'm not sure who's operating it. I doubt that it's any of the people I have met or any of us have met behind the scenes. But whoever's handling it responded and said, as we have seen, some people misunderstand what IGN means by AI based. We just want to clarify. This game was 100% handcrafted. No generative AI was used to make this. What IGN is referring to is the story that is about AI in an alternative 80s America.
Read the room, dude.
You read the room. And I'm sorry, I don't give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they meant to do that. I feel like they meant to kind of cause this weird discourse to like, oh, clickbaitish, and without being clickbaitish, right?
Sure.
It's
well,
just
it's a little
silly.
clickbaity for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad they were quick to reply to it, but they shouldn't have to do that. It's just silly that it got to that point.
I'm a big fan of developers and people like in the actual industry clapping back at people saying just like really out of pocket shit in their reviews or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. I think that's hilarious. Sometimes it's like really out of pocket and they probably shouldn't have, but even then it's very funny.
Yeah.
Also, IGN left their post up on Twitter for like 13, 14 hours before they deleted it.
Oh, wow.
The social media guy went home.
He's gone for the week. We can't do anything about it.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that is genuinely journalistic malpractice.
Yeah, it was pretty silly to do that, and I think they knew what they were doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So dumb.
And a good old 7, like I said, it may as well be the damn kiss of death. It feels like the 7 they've given out each time has done damage to that game. It feels like from Starfield on down, it seems like 7 has been met with such disdain.
It's supposed to be their like default.
Yeah, I think they just give it out so much that it ends up on a lot of games that are like targets of nonsense.
You might be right.
It is the one that they put out more often than not.
Yeah. Look, they may as well say it in a review. 7, too much AI.
Yeah.
I know you all remember the infamous too much water.
Too
much water.
Yeah. I had to explain the too much water thing to someone the other day because the Pokemon company directly made fun of it on Twitter, and I lost my mind.
It's so funny.
It was like, this is the greatest thing. And my one friend was like, I need you to explain this to me because I think I understand it, but I need more context. Give me the context.
Nice.
That was my review on TripAdvisor after I got done at the Titanic.
Oh man.
Water.
Shout out Jessica Starr. Thank you for joining. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. You may have lurked, but shout out to you for being here. Thank you. Shout out to everyone else I hadn't got a chance to greet, by the way. I see you all in the chat. Let's move forward, though. Again, I think Parris should be joining us soon, and I do want to get to this main topic because we are...
Sure.
Yeah, it was
about 8:30.
Yeah, about 8:30 now. So
do we want to talk about Metro before he comes on then?
Sure. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. Let me pull up the trailer for that. and we can play
I sent
that.
you a timestamp that has the actual like little bit of gameplay they showed, and then I sent you the full 15-minute thing.
Yeah,
right at the end.
I got it right there. I got it right at the.
I don't think there's
part.
anything that could get you in trouble in this audio-wise.
I
don't remember. I'm gonna be 100%. I watched it while I was imaging computers at work.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the audio.
I just assume that's what you're doing at all times.
Truly, just imagine I'm upgrading firmware imaging computers at all times.
Let me see. It should be fine here. All right. I'm trying to resize it to this dang thing. Excuse me. Little to the center. There we go. And size it up. Okay. I got to make more channels for this thing, so I don't have to do this every time. Anyway, there it is. Let's play it. Turn it down a bit. Now, I'm watching this live as well. Visually, man, it looks phenomenal. It's not using Unreal Engine, by the way.
It is their it's their proprietary engine.
Yeah.
Right? Which is what all of their games have been made in.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think this is a bit of an embellishment, though? This is not all real gameplay.
This is a lot what the gameplay like of the other ones looks like. So like,
it's a lot of but I mean, like all of this is scripted. Like this bit here where he's fighting this weird rat thing. Like it's all effectively a cutscene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is it an embellishment? Yeah, a little bit, but not like it is not a lie. Is what
this
I'll
will
say.
be a sequence that you will play in the game. Like
it's not like a bull shot or whatever. To bring back that term.
Okay.
Because if you've played any of the games, that's like very much what the games are like.
Yeah. Did they show more gameplay than that or whatever?
They are kind of wizards with their implementations of a lot of technologies. So this game's probably going to play at like upscaled 4K 60 FPS with ray tracing on consoles. Because Exodus does, and Exodus doesn't look quite this good, but Exodus is also mostly open world. Like this game's gonna look phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's gonna be so atmospheric.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, did they? Okay, because this is my first time actually seeing it from earlier. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but did they actually show more in terms of gameplay than that, or was that really?
No, that was the gameplay. It's coming out. It's supposed to come out this winter. I expect to see more gameplay later, but like, yeah, this was more where we're announcing the game.
Okay, cool. All right. Well,
they have a 6-minute like narrative trailer that sets up the story, because this is like the Metro games are based off a series of books from a former Russian citizen who now lives in like somewhere else in Europe, who wrote these books, and this is set significantly after like any of the books right now.
Okay.
Because I think the latest book was 2035.
One of the things I do have to do, speaking of the Metro series, is I have to get through all of them. I have them all on Xbox. I have them all, just about all, if not all, on PC, on Steam. And I've never really
like
beat them all.
$6 right now.
Yeah, and it's like a real big sale going on for the entire series, if you all are not aware, for like $6, like Crusader said.
Every platform is less than $10 for everything with DLCs.
Yep. Vandal was saying that the author is Ukrainian.
Yeah, he's Ukrainian who lived in Russia, I believe, and then left Russia in the mid-2000s.
And the team is all Ukrainian, which they talk about a lot in the video.
Yeah, their main office is in the Ukraine, and then there's and there's satellite offices in Malta. Shout
out to our Ukrainian brothers and sisters. I mean, I know it's crazy making stuff like this while a literal war is going on. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they say, and I don't know how it would be anything other than the truth, that the war has very heavily impacted like not just like how they are making the game, but the content of the game.
I imagine, yeah, definitely. Even when
like,
the full like CGI part where it showed him as the kid and a lot of that gave me thoughts of that of an ongoing war.
Is it weird that like both of the the two big Ukrainian games are Stalker and this, and they're like kind of the same game?
Yeah.
No, because the development studio that makes Stalker spun out of Foray.
They did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're literally like sister studios.
I was like, what's going on in Ukraine?
One
We're
spun
all in
out of
just
the
like
other. Actually, might have been Foray that spun out of them.
we're all in like grungy ass like radioactive wastelands. And it's like, oh well, they're just like that's just what like being next to Russia does. I guess.
For real. Kay mentioned, he said, shout out to the custom engines. I know, and he put the little skull head. Yeah, Kay, yeah. Unreal is still king, Kay, but I am glad to see them use their own custom engine for this. He also mentioned the prequel of this game is a VR exclusive. I don't care for VR personally. Have you all big fans of VR?
Am I a big fan? No, absolutely not. I touched it a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, this is it's a fun little like diversion, but I don't think it was ever something that people really should have like invested in. You know what I mean? That's
kind of how I feel. I think that's how Crusader feels about AI. He's like, they shouldn't have invested too much into it.
I feel, I actually feel, because like AI, I'm like, yeah, there could be some cool applications here.
Yeah.
I have yet to see a VR game other than Half-Life Alyx and Beat Saber, where I'm like, this is worthy of being in existence and having money been spent on it.
Yeah. One of my coworkers keeps saying that her kid's playing some game called Gorilla Tag in it, and then I looked up what that game looks like, and I'm like, okay, well, it's because he's 4. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, that's not a video game for human beings. That's a video game for baby.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so there was a disagreement over, like, how the company was being run and withholding royalties and stuff like that at GCS, the original GCS world, or GSC world, that caused a couple people to leave GSC back in the early 2000s and form Foray. And then GSC closed down and reopened. So that's why these games are very similar, because Stalker and Metro are basically from the same developers, the same functional developer history line.
I see. So, hold on one second. Let me relocate someone here.
Ooh.
How do I move this brother? Sorry.
Do I have the powers in here?
I have the
I do not. You did not give me the powers in here to do it. Right-click on his name. Right-click on him, and there should be a move button.
Yeah, there it is. Thanks. You found it exactly. Yeah, there you go.
It's almost like I live in Discord.
Yeah.
Is that what you...
Ladies and gentlemen.
You said you're IT, but are you really just a Discord mod? Is that what it was the whole time?
I mean, I kind of.
Ladies and gentlemen, and gentlemen and more ladies, allow me to introduce the main striker.
What?
Career biter. No, I'm joking. I'm trying to be like Ric Flair in here right now. You talking to the jet flying. Anyway, Parris Lily, everyone. Yay.
How y'all doing?
We're doing all right, my brother. You know, I'm going to give you a hard time. I know you give me all these strikes. Not quite sure.
From what I've seen, you've deserved those.
Oh man, Parris, thanks for joining us.
You thought you were going to have the home field advantage.
And for the record, it's jet flying, limousine riding.
That's right.
You got it. Listen.
Kid stealing, wheeling, dealing.
Son of a gun. You know it. It's funny because, I mean, myself and Danny are super big wrestling fans. If you will.
Not a huge Ric Flair guy, me.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Look, man.
He's the literal GOAT.
Yeah.
Well,
I
got to get your Mount Rushmore now that you're saying
this. If the GOAT committed, like, a lot of crimes and got away with it... It depends. Was he the GOAT of?
Are you talking about the infamous air flight? What was that flight? They called it the what was that flight situation, Danny? Where
Man,
apparently he
I
had
think they just call
sexually
it, like,
assaulted some woman or something. The
a
flight
lot of
attendant?
bad things happened on a lot of WWE planes
It
in
did.
the 80s.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about WWE Ric Flair. I'm talking
WWF
about
Ric Flair.
WCW.
NWA. Yeah, NWA,
Oh,
WCW Ric Flair.
He's talking
I
about the
mean,
Four
think about
Horsemen.
I
it.
didn't see that.
Exactly.
WCW I saw.
I got you.
He lived the gimmick.
He did.
I mean, everything that he was
well-
talking about, he was doing for real.
For better
It
and for
wasn't-
worse.
Yeah.
Maybe mostly
And-
for
but-
worse.
But that's the thing, though. He was elite on the mic. As he would say, he could wrestle a broom to a 5-star match. So he could go on the mic, he could go in the ring,
True.
he could put anybody over.
Yeah.
He was the literal GOAT. I mean, think about it.
He was really good on the mic. I'll definitely give him that. I don't think he was the best in the ring at the time. I think you got to give that to Ricky Steamboat. I think,
But see,
Steamboat
why do
was
you
not
say
good
that?
on the mic,
But
but he
why
was-
do you say that though? Because you're thinking of what was it called, the Chicago matches they had.
The Street Fight.
It's because he was
Chicago
wrestling
Street
Ric
Fights.
Flair. This is the point I'm making.
Look, man.
Look,
I
you
know-
talking to an old head.
That's fair. That's fair.
I am from Florida. I used to watch Florida Championship Wrestling, Bayfront Center,
Oh,
the
isn't
Armory
that-
in Tampa, Gordon Soley. I've seen Harley Race, Ric Flair, Barry
Right.
Windham, Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson.
Oh, man.
All of them.
Yeah.
We can go down the list.
No, see, I'm a pretty new. I mean, I've watched a lot of old wrestling. Like I went back and watched a lot of the stuff from the 80s back when the WWE network existed. But no, yeah, I didn't start watching wrestling until like probably 2012. So
Oh no, yeah, I was watching in real time back in the day.
yeah, little bit of a different experience. The
Yeah.
Attitude Era was dead by the time I started.
Oh man.
We were in like Shield days.
Yeah.
I'm
new blood
actually
with
curious
it.
to hear your Mount Rushmore because you were about to give it. So what is that? I'm
Ooh.
curious.
I actually want to hear yours, Paris, because you said it's.
Oh, you want to hear mine?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when I think of in-ring talent, my mind goes immediately to Shawn. How do I forget it? Heartbreak Kid.
What, Shawn Michaels?
Shawn Michaels?
I hate Shawn Michaels.
Do you? What?
Yeah, I think he's so overrated.
Dang.
I
What about Bret the
agree.
Hitman Hart?
Him I love.
Great in-ring wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, the best to ever do it, but he wasn't that great on the mic.
That's true.
To me, the Mount Rushmore, you also had to be great on the mic, and you couldn't just be good in the ring. So when I say that, obviously Ric Flair, Stone Cold has to be there.
The Rock.
See, I don't know. I debate that. I feel like he had a shorter window.
His
Yeah.
recent stuff's been pretty rough too.
I will give you that. He has a shorter window. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I kind of think you got to have John Cena.
John Cena's good.
John Cena is excellent on the mic, but not so excellent in the ring. So he's
But
the
it's
opposite.
but he was the guy. He carried WWE through some very dark times.
He did. I mean,
Who's the
W-
one that comes out of the coffin?
that's Undertaker.
Undertaker? Well,
But
I mean, a couple like that.
he's not Mount Rushmore though. He's his longevity, but he's the best gimmick ever.
Good.
I see. This is the extent of my knowledge. Is like the gifts that I see. So
No, so the one where it's like me when the Taco Bell chime goes up and it's Undertaker coming out the coffin.
this is the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah, that's about right.
Danny thinking he had to go south of the border now. Yeah, you.
Oh man.
It's just funny, like looking at our different like generations of understanding when it comes to wrestling. But yeah, what is your Mount Rushmore though, Paris? Before we move forward, what is it? I want to hear yours.
I'm actually trying to think who I would
It's
say the
tough.
top four is. Like I said, Flair and Stone Cold for sure.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Believe it or not, I kind of lean Randy Savage.
Oh
Savage is really good. I don't
Because
think there's anything
again-
wrong with saying that.
Because
I mean,
again,
they
Randy
turned him into a dragon in Skyrim.
Randy could go on the mic and in the ring. He was great. I mean, you gotta give credit where credit is due. God, who would I have at number 4?
It's,
I don't know. Let me get back to you on
picking that
that.
last slot is impossible. That's where I'm stuck right now. Because when you pick the last one, then you have to tell all the other people that they can't be on Mount Rushmore,
Right,
and
right.
that's the hard part. For me, I think you got to get Sting in there. I think Sting's my favorite all time, like kind of hands down. I really, really love Sting.
I love Sting, but he was never in my top 10 or anything like that.
Look, man. Who else went from surfer to crow? You know what I mean? Who's got that range?
That was
when you talk about what people did for the business, then Rock would be on there because he's the greatest crossover talent.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, he transcended just being wrestling and he brought people into it. Man, yeah, that's kind of tough. I mean, I'm gonna give you a modern guy right now that people might not agree with, but I think what he's been able to do in the past 6 or 7 years has just been a phenomenal run that I think we won't truly appreciate until he's gone. But Roman Reigns.
I knew you were gonna say it. Yeah.
Roman, I mean, from where Roman started on the Shield, everybody hated him because of CM Punk and that podcast with Colt Cabana. And he literally overcame that. Finally, it was like Vince stopped trying to force him down our throat as a babyface and let him just be him. And then, boom, Tribal Chief, blood like that. I mean, the Bloodline thing, that's one of the greatest wrestling storylines of all time.
I would agree with that, and I can't.
I'm forgetting who else is on there on the Mount Rushmore. Actually, it's pretty easy. I don't even know why I was denying it. Maybe because of recent events, but it's Hulk Hogan. It is.
I hear you, and I get it because of his impact on wrestling. I get you.
Yeah.
I thought you said he had to be good in the ring, and I don't know that. I never was.
That's a good point. I don't think he was that good in the ring.
The reason he brought the wrestling mainstream. WrestleMania 1, he brought it mainstream. WrestleMania 3 with Andre the Giant is historic. So,
yeah.
Love him, hate him, whatever. Obviously, matter of fact, do you know I was at his last appearance because we went to the Netflix debut. Raw, last January.
He came out and tried to sell beer or something.
Where he got booed out of the building. Yo, it was surreal because you could see he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to react.
Oh wow, you were there for that?
Yeah, I was there. I was right there. Yeah,
wow. That's rough, dude.
Yeah. I wish I'd have been. I'd have been booing too.
I see E-Ranks mention Jericho. Jericho's my guy. I love Chris Jericho.
I love Jericho
like like his late WCW run where he was going against Dean Malenko instead of the man of the 1,000 holds. He was 1,001 holds and messing with Goldberg. Oh, I freaking love that. And his debut with The Rock in WWE, freaking classic,
legendary,
man. And I've always respected the fact that Jericho constantly reinvented the gimmick. He never just stayed the same, right? Remember the list. Now you're on the list.
You're on the list.
All this stuff. Yeah.
I love that. By the way, that debut with him and Rock, legendary, by the way.
Yes. Oh my God. That's such
Y2J.
a classic.
Yeah. Y2J is probably my favorite Jericho era.
Same.
His like more, I mean, he just came back in AEW, but his gimmick like right before that was kind of ass. His like learning tree one, not a huge fan of that. For me, I think, and mine's going to be like all modern people with the exception of Sting. But I would put Bray Wyatt on there because I think Bray Wyatt like gone too soon. That dude did so much. What an absolute.
You would put him on your Mount Rushmore though? I don't know about Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I think he is in the time period since I started watching. I think he is probably the best character. Period.
Okay.
I would also put. Man, it's so hard. I think maybe Hangman. Hangman's kind of like the main character of wrestling right now in AEW at least. And then I might put Roman Reigns on there. Roman Reigns is like he's the guy.
In terms of
that Bloodline storyline was phenomenal, and that's the other thing. You will never top WrestleMania 40. You're never going to top that.
That was pretty. That was pretty spectacular.
They're not going to do it this year.
Even I had went away from wrestling at a time because Attitude Era was it for me. I was like, that was the pinnacle. But I remember talking to Danny about it. Danny got me reinvigorated to go back into wrestling. And that's when I witnessed the Bloodline. And I went back and saw all the previous stuff. And I was like, so I agree with you when you talk about Roman Reigns and how he's very much like The Rock, where he was hated from being his baby face, and Rock even more so. And then they came back and reinvented themselves. So I vibe with that. And to his credit, the man was garbage on the mic before that. and he's
I know
phenomenal.
suffer and suck attached. Yeah, suffer and suck attached.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah,
that was so
right.
bad.
That wasn't even his fault. That line was fed to him from Gorilla. That was not. He didn't.
But you know what was even
Succotash.
worse though? Cena taught him a lesson in ring one time when they were cutting a promo, and Cena like he literally Roman couldn't spit the line out, and Cena mocked it. Like, come on, I know you're gonna get it. Like, bro, he just humiliated him.
Yeah,
and then obviously those early matches with Brock, main events where Brock put it to him. You know,
beat him into superstardom. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. That bloodline storyline was really, really well done, and even seeing how it paid off with him and what's my man name from the Shield that betrayed him?
Seth.
Yeah, with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
All of that was really well done. Very, very much our very epic male opera right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Danny, who was your last person? Because you mentioned a bunch of new guys. Who was your last Mount Rushmore before you move on?
Golly, I did say Hangman, and then I was thinking about Roman. The 4 slots, I either got to go to Roman or John Cena. Both of them, I think, are like legends. I don't know which one of those I would give it to. Was it Hangman that you were confused about? Because he's not a WWE.
No,
guy,
I know
so
about Hangman, but
okay.
I'm surprised you didn't go with like what's my man's name with the angel finishing move you were telling me about?
Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
Kenny Omega's
Omega.
great. Like he's real good. But he's never really been like my guy. Like he's never been particularly good on the mic.
I see.
He's potentially, well, before his injuries, probably one of the best technical wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he definitely was.
But him on the mic was never like something I particularly loved.
Okay.
Which is I mean he got really big in Japan, so I guess they didn't really need to understand what he was saying anyway.
Wrestling is so diverse. We probably have to have more of a robust talk about it. Whereas, who are the best on the mic? Mount Rushmore, right? Who's the best in ring? Because I wouldn't put it as far as. And to your point, Parris, I do agree with Hulk in making it mainstream. I wouldn't list him because one, I can't stand him being the racist he was, but
yeah, I know.
I can't ignore that part.
Yeah.
You're right about that. But if the goal was to say who's best on mic and in ring, Hulk was definitely not the greatest in the ring.
Yeah, he was not good.
So looking at it from different angles, I would say Shawn
King
Michaels.
Webb says Jimmy Valiant.
Oh wow, magnificent Morocco, King Webb. I see you. The Scorpion Deathlock, absolutely. But for me, it will probably be Stone Cold, The Rock. I'm very Attitude Era coded, so Stone Cold, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, or Bret Hart. I'm torn between the two, but I'm going to give it to Shawn. Longer career, longer time as far as the business side of things goes, even right now in NXT. I see him out there dancing with Sexy Red and all that. I would advise against it, but whatever. And I'm going to go ahead and throw you a bone, Parris. I'm going to say, I'm going to agree with Hulk just because of how important he was to the business of what wrestling is.
Yeah.
I'll give you one other point
on.
I'll give you one other. Yeah, he was, and I'll give you one other point on Hulk. Greatest heel turn ever. You'll never top that either.
One of the greatest for sure.
96 Bash at the Beach, where Hogan comes out as the third guy and forms the NWO. Shocking. Like I vividly remember that because I was in the Navy at the time, and I was living in Virginia Beach with roommates, and we watch wrestling and stuff. So we had it on and we're watching it. And when Hogan came out, we're just thinking, oh, Hogan's coming out there. And then when he did the leg drop on Macho, holy shit, right? It was like nobody could believe it. That's why if you go back and watch it, the crowd was in shock. The announcers didn't know because Bobby Heenan didn't know, Shivani didn't know, and the crowd's throwing beer cans and all of that because of at that moment in time, Hulk Hogan as a heel was unheard of, even though technically he had already been a heel back in the late 70s and in AWA, but we mind wipe that and don't remember that. But yeah, bro, because after take your vitamins and say your prayers, Hogan WWF to turn heel, that's your vitamins, crazy.
Get your vitamins and say your prayer. Yeah, that's the thing, because he was so uniquely American coded, right? Like he just, this is America. right? Yeah. And you had the Iron Sheik that stood against it. So he was very much this paragon for good. And then to see him betray it like that, I know that was pretty crazy. I will agree at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we have other great turns like that. Obviously, when John Cena did it in more recent times, was akin to that. Maybe not as big, but it was akin to that when he betrayed Cody at that time. But yeah, and then I still see people shouting out Jimmy Valiant. They said the Boogie Woogie Man. I remember him, but yeah, old school legend. I wouldn't put him on a Mount Rushmore though. But anyway, look, let's move forward to our main discussion.
Real quick though, I don't have too much time, unfortunately.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We're close to where we need to get off too. So
yeah, we're pretty much done.
Okay.
That works out. This is the literal last topic of the day anyway, so it works just fine. So to everybody, I know there are a lot of Xbox fans who are, putting a lot of hope, and this would explain the thumbnail for tonight, by the way, because I know some people had wondered, like, wait, you think that could be offensive with Asha presented that way? And it could, but the reason I did that in particular was to kind of frame it in the mindset of is her being the savior for Xbox, right? So I gave her this AI created godly facade.
It's okay. Just pretend that you thought she was dressed as a doctor.
Right. I thought she was the doctor. That's all. Yeah. So, that aside, Tom Warren had an article, and a few other people have spoken about this with her. Microsoft's new Xbox chief starts making her mark. And there's been a bunch of things popping up, obviously, with her having the Fan Fest return, which, Parris, I know you'll be a part of again, right, this year?
Excuse me?
Fan Fest, will you be there?
What makes you think that?
Well, you in L.A. They coming to L.A.,
Believe it or not, actually, because, and again, I don't know this officially yet, but I am assuming that, I'll get media creds and all that. Mm-hmm. Media isn't allowed to be a part of FanFest.
No?
Oh, yeah.
I was a part of it in 2022, I think. And because Aaron Greenberg, and I was on stage with Aaron and we were doing some stuff, but normally creators and media are not allowed to be in FanFest because it is for the fans. And then we have our own separate thing, either before or after or whatever, or during it. Not to drag this out, the logistics, but if they do it at LA Live like they were doing it before, you'll have FanFest on let's say floor 2 and 3. But then on floor 4 and 5, they'll do behind closed door stuff for all the media, and we get to see all the different games and the stuff that they show and do interviews and all that. But yeah, we're technically not allowed to be a part of FanFest.
Wow! So you got to sneak in there. Yeah. Okay, got you.
I've walked through, and talked to some people and stuff, but actually participating in FanFest, no.
Okay. I mean, well, what I meant by that is you can actually be in attendance, though, right? You can get a seat to watch the the show for June Showcase, for instance. Can you do that? Can you allow?
Yeah. So when the show, again, I'm assuming they did it like they were doing it a few years ago. Yeah, they'll have the theater set up,
right,
and then they'll have a media section where all the media sits, and then all the because the fans will be all down in the lower bowl, and they stick us up top while that's going on, and then we all watch it together. So then when it's over, we'll go back upstairs to the media part, and then all the fans will go downstairs to FanFest.
I see. Okay, cool. Well, I guess I'll set this up for you, and I'll give you a first question, and you guys could jump in, and we'll try to keep it within the time frame, so we'll give our responses as quickly as we can, I suppose. Thank you, Parris, again for joining us, though, brother. So just to give a thought, we had this breakdown here of positive remarks where she said a lot of things that people took hold to. And I know, for instance, shout out to my brother Boom. He took a hold to a lot of these things. And, I hate to do it because I'm more of a positive outlook, optimistic guy, glass half full, if you will. And so I'm I still have this doubt about Asha, and I'm not sure if she's there to serve the greater good that people are putting on her shoulders, or if this is just stuff that was already in place and it's looking like she's making all these great changes that were already set to take place. You know what I mean? So she said things like bringing back the renegade spirit, the return of Xbox, talked the most recent one, Parris, where I think you even highlighted it, which was the Game Pass having to be because it's become too expensive for players, right? So we need a better value equation, things of that nature, right? So obviously the return of FanFest and the global tour, which I hope they come to Chicago. That'd be dope. Which I love. I'm glad they're doing it. London, Cologne, Mexico City, Sydney, Tokyo, and Toronto. So that's dope. All those good things. So I would ask you, Parris, on this whole thing with Asha, in line with all these things, by bringing back like all these things with FanFest and all these things, do you believe, or would you say that you put faith in stock into her being this, and this again is to meet the fans, how they're framing this, that she's kind of this savior for Xbox that they've been searching for? Or do you feel a bit still kind of uneasy and you're like wait and see approach on this with her? What's your thought process with this with her?
Let me answer your question by asking you a question.
Yeah.
If this was Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond making these same exact changes, would you trust it?
Them I would, because Phil has been in it for so long, and I know.
But what? But why? When they just literally did the opposite, and then all of a sudden they reversed course. That's my point.
Yeah,
so the reason I'm saying,
FanFest, right?
so the reason I'm saying all this is they could no longer be the faces of any kind of drastic change at Xbox, because they made a drastic change that was extremely unpopular. And then if 2 years later, now you're going to make drastic changes to quote unquote win everyone back and be in good graces, how many people are actually going to trust it? How many people are going to sit there and go, well, what are you going to do in the next 2 years? Are you just going to switch it all back?
Yeah.
You needed a new face. You needed a new leadership to invoke these changes, because she gets to come in with a fresh set of eyes and she gets to evaluate everything that's going. And if you look at her resume, not the AI stuff, look beyond just AI, look at her entire resume. She's literally the wolf from Pulp Fiction. She comes to solve problems. That's what she does.
Now I hear that, but I start to think, is she the wolf in sheep's clothing? Because
but this is what I'm going to say on that.
Yeah.
Then there's no convincing you.
Well, no, I can be convinced. I can be convinced.
What is she supposed to do then? This is my point. Her resume is telling you she comes in to take an existing product that already has an established user base and grow it. That's what she does.
Right. That's her resume.
And the point is, she's coming in and she's made these just micro changes so far, easy, low-hanging fruit changes that have been very popular for the community. So I guess what I'm pushing back to you is, what's the skepticism?
Well, part of it for me is going back to the AI thing. It seems to be odd.
But why? Why?
I'm about to give you that. Why? I'm about to give you that. So part of it is,
that's what I'm saying. That is only a slice of her entire resume.
It's a slice of it. So a few things with her. One, she doesn't tend to stay at one place too long. Phil and team have been there for,
because she's the wolf.
Well, of course, but
I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, it's okay.
Please. I'm sorry.
It's you have a limited time anyway, so I encourage you to get your voice out there more to challenge the melanin in mind. But you're going to lose anyway. But anyway, seriously,
no, 68.
I mean, hey, let's 68.
We're up to 68. What did you do?
I don't know what I did. No, but seriously.
He's going to get us taken off YouTube.
The idea, and I'm sure Crusader could kind of co-sign a bit of this just because of the AI push that Microsoft have been going for. It seems odd that she was oddly the one that him and the shareholders just went to, and she just so happens to be from the AI department.
I won't co-sign that, but go on.
Oh, damn it, Crusader. I thought you were on my side. Anyway, so the reason why I feel the way about it is because she seems to have come out of nowhere. And it's like, oh, here's Asha, who has no history in this really, and she's coming from the AI department, and her history dictates that she doesn't tend to stay at one place too long. She kind of does what she does to bring it up to whatever, and she's out of there. My thinking is she going to do that for this and switch them over to maybe just being a publisher and putting games out versus anything with hardware? That was my worry initially.
But see, that's what you're saying is the point of everything that I was saying.
Right.
She's the wolf. She's Winston Wolf. She comes in, she fixes a problem. In other words, Xbox has a problem. You bring in someone to fix it. So if she was simply coming in to just make them a publisher, make Matt Booty the CEO. You're a publisher. Done. That you don't need her to come in to do that. If that was the scheme or the plan. And the AI portion of it, let's keep it a buck here. It is pretty clear that Microsoft as a company has shifted their strategy on AI. Notice all the goodwill things they're doing for Windows now?
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Same process. One could even say.
Yeah, they're de-emphasizing Copilot. They're making it way more user-friendly so that things that people actually want to be a part of the operating system.
So here's my pushback to that.
No, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
I got more. I got more. I got more.
Go ahead. Keep cooking.
We also see that this, alleged, but it probably was true, 30% margin has been relaxed. So it's going to allow Xbox to do more consumer-friendly things and not have to just profit. Mm-hmm. Now, I do not think they're going back to full exclusivity. I think anyone that's thinking that is fooling themselves, personally. But I do think some flavor of timed exclusivity probably does happen for their flagship stuff. Obviously, they're looking at Game Pass seriously because I'd been saying it from the get. People called me a madman. She walks in, it's too expensive. Hooray! Gee, I told y'all that a year ago. Anyways,
Yeah.
my point is,
I got two other questions to throw at you before we leave.
No,
I'm not. I'm gonna let you finish though. I just got something in mind for what you just said.
Your skepticism, and I'm saying this respectfully.
Yeah.
It sounds like you just want to be a skeptic just to be a skeptic because none of her actions currently. Like, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna believe you till you give me a reason not to. So everything that she's been doing so far has been a net positive. So I see no reason to think there's some secret motive with it. If anything, it seems like they're trying to save Xbox. Because here's the other thing. I talked about this on Kind of Funny. Xbox, believe it or not, if you think about Microsoft as a whole, what is their most recognizable brand? It's Xbox. It's
Microsoft?
not Windows.
I would say Windows
It
is
ain't
the most
Office.
recognizable.
The way people feel about Windows these days?
Well, they might feel the way, but it's still the most recognized. Windows is everywhere.
But my point is something that can be easily shifted to be consumer friendly. Windows is not viewed that way anymore. I mean, I'm sure all of us work in the corporate world or somewhat. What do we all do? We complain about Windows.
Yeah.
So
I hear Crusader complain about it often. Yep.
My point is, she's coming in to revive the brand. This is about brand identity now. And like I said, certain decisions have been made that I think the toothpaste is out of the tube. You can't put it back. So while I think they're going to try and make buying the box more viable, you're still going to see games in other places. They still want to make money. Let's not get that twisted. But if it was just, we're just a publisher, they could have left Game Pass at $30 and not done anything and go, well, it's an option. You don't have to get it. They could have said that.
So I'm gonna let you go Crusader and Danny on that whole topic, and then I'm gonna come back to you before that, after that, Parris. But go ahead, Crusader. I'm sorry.
I gotta hit back on the profit thing because while we know their individual games are making more money, obviously because they're selling them more places, do we know that their actual division and their ability to sell third-party games and take 30% takes and sell microtransactions on their store and actually get 100% of the sales on their own store. Do we really know that for most of the games that is actually like outweighing like the money they're making from the ports is actually making them more than the money they're losing from losing customers? Do we know that?
No idea. But here's the thing. That has to, and I tweeted this the other day. I go, next up is the Xbox PC app in store on Windows. Y'all need to fix that shit.
Yeah,
because
they absolutely need to fix that.
I think they said something today
and part
about
of
that, actually.
This is part of the Play Anywhere is part of that. You have to incentivize people to not buy a game on Steam because right now they're going to buy it on Steam. They're not going to buy it on your store. So if you see more third parties enable Play Anywhere, you make that app, that UI more user friendly and ease of use, and not have all these underlying issues, little small technical issues that it has, then it becomes a viable option to Steam. Not to mention, I can play this on any PC. I can cloud stream it, and I could play it on my Xbox consoles as well. Wow, I have more flexibility on where and how I want to play my games. I think now her job, I'm not saying this is easy, but I'm saying I think part of her job is figuring that part out.
Yep. And see,
You know?
Umbra, the reason I'm not backing you up on the AI stuff, by the way, is I have a greater background with my computer science degree in AI, and I have none, but I have more than she does in AI. She's just a business person. She has a business degree. Her background in AI is the 2 years that she's been at Microsoft leading their AI company. She was the equivalent of experience in AI when she took over the AI division at Microsoft that she has in gaming now, taking over the games, which is none.
I do think it's a little crazy because, like, if she had been coming from like a C-suite position at Burger King, we wouldn't be thinking that she was going to start selling us burgers. Like, you know what I mean? Every game's about the Sneak King 2 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So this is a bit of the pushback I would give, though, to respond to Parris on that before. And this again,
Sure.
I haven't made a decision one way or another. My initial thoughts were that because that was like I felt they threw Sarah under the bus. You all remember that discussion, Danny and Crusader. I felt like I'm still nowadays I'm starting to turn around because she is making the moves that would go against what I was thinking, but how much of that is her? Because even you were saying in Parris, she's enacted these smaller things. She's doing all the right moves. Mm-hmm. She is, I agree. However, did she initiate that, or were they already set in place? Phil is still there as her helper.
Here's my pushback to your pushback of your pushback, and it goes back to exactly what I said before.
Yeah.
Phil could not be the face of that anymore. So regardless if this was already in motion or not, she gets to be the face of it. So it looks like a W. It looks positive. That's how I see it. Whether she was the one that did it or not, I think that's irrelevant. The changes are happening under her leadership, whereas going back to my point, a lot of people lost faith in the previous administration.
Well, let me give you this. Let me throw this bone at you really quick, and I want to let Denny go ahead. If that's your argument, let's put this on any other situation. Let's say the president of the United States. And that was obviously a super dramatic post point I'm making.
Way bigger situation.
Way bigger, obviously. But I'm just saying, if we're use that same logic and say, if we have the president there, but he's only the shadow president or something, or at least he's the puppet, and it's a shadow president behind the scenes, and I'm not even talking about the current president, I'm just saying in general, and somebody's actually making the decisions for him and saying, this is what we're going to do, and this president that people elected or put into power, and it's obviously a little different because Microsoft is not a democracy, but you get what I'm saying. He's there.
I don't get what you're saying. I'm trying to figure out where you're going with
this.
I know where you're going with it, and I'm just going to say this.
Hold on, let me land it. Let me land it first. Let me land it. So I'm saying this person is there at front facing as the leader to make it easier for Crusader,
but she's not. I can tell you that.
But she's really not, and it's somebody else behind the scenes. And there's somebody else making these decisions. Would you feel a way? Because in the way I look at it right now, she doesn't know enough about anything in the Xbox division to do anything. We still have Phil, and from my understanding, Sarah still helping her transition with all these things. I'm very certain Phil is making a lot of these decisions for her.
I will respectfully say she's making the decisions.
Okay. Well,
yeah. Well,
the way you said that, I get what you're saying, so I'll be quiet. I got you.
I was pretty sure that we had heard from like somebody who works on like Xbox services or something that like they had just started working on it like a week or two before some of those first things started.
Xbox confirmed it.
Eden was talking about it on social media.
Yeah.
Dawn Marie, right? I think was yeah. And so
Beyond Epiphany is her handle.
Beyond Epiphany, yeah. I remember you brought it up before, Crusader, about her.
Yeah.
And that could be true, right? I'm not saying that she hasn't done anything, but I think the whole idea of the advent of, let's bring back Fan Fest and all. I don't think that was her idea.
Here's my thing.
That was her idea.
I don't.
Here's what I'd like to say, because I'm limited on time.
Yeah. Sure.
And this, just you being strike 68 skeptic, and a lot of the stuff that I see online, like, I just want to say it this way: give her a chance.
I will. Before you go, though, I do have another question.
Because here I want to get all this out, because here's the reason I'm saying all this. there's just so much negativity. There's so much skepticism. There's so much this and that. And it was like, my God, the woman just got there. We're seeing changes happen for the positive that I know a lot of fans, like people mad at me today because I say I don't care about them showing other platforms on the thing. Who cares? You're a grown adult. You trying to tell me you can't make up your own mind about where you want to play a game? Who cares if it says PS5 as well? I don't understand that. But that's just me. That's just me.
I'm going to push on that a little bit, Parris, because they need to be marketing their stuff to sell
let me ask you a question. Do you work for Xbox?
No, but I work
and
in
hold on. Hold on.
Like,
why does it matter to you as the customer? You know what you want to play and where you want to play it. So why does it matter? That's what I'm asking.
The platform, the Xbox platform, is not large enough that it gets everything. We get skipped a lot. They need to do something to get more people to buy in, so I get the games I want to play.
So you're telling me if Metro just said Xbox PC, and cloud, that's going to make a huge difference to your point. That's going to grow the platform.
As a singular entity, no. As a consistent brand model, there's a reason Nintendo and PlayStation don't do it. There's a reason Xbox didn't do it for decades.
And let me ask you this question.
Sure.
You just said it. They were doing it for decades. How'd that work out?
I mean, it worked great until they ruined their brand image in the Xbox One era. Not because of any of that kind of stuff, but because they made a lot of other messaging, like TV, and things that people didn't like. And then they kind of gave up on acting in the status quo with actual impact. They didn't have a large first-party delivery system since the second half of the Xbox One era. They didn't secure large-scale third-party exclusive.
But again, you as a customer, want to go play Metro. Why does it matter?
It matters because I want to make sure that other games like Metro aren't skipping the platform.
He's speaking of the health of the platform itself.
This is why, you know, when we're talking about games on other platforms, it's cool that people can play the other Xbox games on PlayStation and shit.
My point to you and the people in the chat that's getting grumpy, and this is what I'm saying with Twitter too. It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. It only matters to you as a fan. If you you're an adult. You are an adult.
Yes.
You get to decide what box you want to play, where you want to play games. Getting bent out of shape because it says another platform on there shouldn't matter. If anything, maybe you should go push back at PlayStation and Nintendo and ask them why they're not doing it.
They're not doing it because they're successful.
Yeah, I don't think that's the angle. I don't think that's the angle Crusader is coming from. Well, knowing Crusader, I know that's not what he's coming from, Parris.
My point is, and this is why I truly, honestly need to stop fucking engaging online, is people get too emotional about this shit.
That's
it's
part of
video games.
That's part of why I have the cover I have. But I want to throw this out there, though. And I don't want to speak for you, but I do want to move us to this other, because I had a question for you before you go, Parris. I don't want you to be like, oh, I got to go. I still want to ask you this because it was pertinent. But I don't think that anytime somebody is saying the things that Crusader is saying, it's because of, oh, I'm a fanboy and I only want this for Xbox. He's saying the health of the system and the console.
Let me ask you this question. But let me ask you this question again. Xbox is not going away.
Well, we don't know that.
We
don't know how long they'll be here.
Okay, so
I'm not saying they're going away now, but I'm saying we don't know how long this will go.
From now, I don't know if my access will remain.
Okay. I think we should stop this conversation because we're just going round and
round.
Hold
on. Let's not stop anything. I want to move forward to something.
No, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I still have a question I want to ask you about something else, though. But
no, I think we should end this. I think we should end it.
What, Parris? Immediately from that, I didn't give you this other question I have to ask you.
Because it's like it is very frustrating to me that we do these kind of arguments. It's like it's video games. They're the company. They get to make whatever decisions they want to make. You still get access to the games. So I'm telling you, this logo thing, it just makes no sense to me.
But Parris, you're misrepresenting the argument. You're misrepresenting the argument, though, because we're not arguing about logos. We're not arguing. You're taking a fanboy perspective from people online and putting it on us.
Yeah.
That's not what it is.
No, but we're literally taking that same fanboy perspective.
Not at
and
all.
we're doing it right now.
No, we're not.
I don't want to engage with that.
But that's not what we're doing. I get what you're saying, but that's not what's going on here. He's saying, in other words, the health of the platform.
Yeah.
Let me move on to something really quick before you go then, Parris. Something else. So with Asha in question here, there's a lot of negativity we get from the media and stuff like that. I know you don't subscribe to the whole Xbox tax thing. I do, because I think, and it's not the fact that they're like caballing together to be like, oh, let's say this negative thing about Xbox, but I think they have a bias that presents itself in that way. How does Asha and the team, in your opinion, navigate the negativity of the media who have been skeptical or downright written off quality?
I don't want to get into this.
Not this,
because I have a lot of friends in the media, and I'm not engaging in that.
Okay. Well, so let me see what else I can ask you then.
I'm gonna just keep it real with you, Umbra. I think I should just go because I don't like these conversations. I don't like having these kind of conversations. I don't.
Okay. Well, this is the thing. You have the right to feel how you want to feel on that. I will say, though, you misrepresented exactly where we were coming from here, though, brother. That's not what we're about here when we come to that. I've known Crusader for years. He's not on that. He's been very positive about Asha. I've been the skeptical one, and I know he's not coming from it from the perspective you're thinking, which is
I think
these
I've been
guys
the most
online.
positive one about her.
He
on
has
the show.
actually, for sure.
No, and that's fine. That's fine. I just feel like the conversation went a place that it shouldn't. So my apologies on that for taking it there. But as you already know, Umbra, you've known me for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'm not going to talk bad about people in the media, because a lot of people are friends in the media. Yes, are there some people that do? But I don't buy into the overall conversation that I see a lot of that stuff, because I know them. I know them personally, and I know how they think and what they do.
Well, this is why I'm saying I'm framing it in a way that's not necessarily, I'm not framing any particular person, but I know that Xbox has a media problem, right? And it's a lot of it is their own doing. A lot of it is their own issues with the lack of marketing properly, their terrible messaging, all these things. So what I'm trying to say is, what would Asha do to navigate around that to positively change the image of Xbox? That's what I was trying to get to.
I think exactly what she's already started doing. You get the small W's with the low hanging fruit, as she's been doing, and then you continue obviously to make great games. All this comes down to great games. If the games are great, it doesn't matter what anybody says, because people are going to go play great games. I mean, like Forza Horizon 6 is about to come out right now and is looking to be one of the biggest games of this year. If they land up playing with Gears of E-Day, that's going to be a huge W for them. It does seem like Fable is coming out this year. So if Fable lives up to everything that we think it's going to be, that's going to be huge for them. If Modern Warfare 4, allegedly, does come out this year and is everything that they've been rumored to be, that's going to be huge for them. Again, it's a 25th anniversary as well. So they get to celebrate all that throughout the year with the fans at the Global Fan Fest that they're going to do. And they can stick the landing on November 15th and kind of celebrate the past 25 years and give us a hint towards the future of it. Obviously, Project Helix, maybe we get the real name, maybe we get to see the hardware, tease the next Halo, whatever that's going to be, because obviously that IP needs a revival as well.
Yeah.
I think everything that I've seen so far, even before Asha took over, by the way,
it's kind of going in the right direction.
has been in the right direction for Xbox. But my point, and I'm going to apologize to everybody on here, because it's like, you know me, I don't want to argue about this stuff. People give me crap online constantly, and I don't want to get in those conversations.
Parris, trust. I've known you for a long time. I know that. I'm not going to come at you crazy.
I try to, because, and let me say this, and we don't have to dive back into it. I just try to look at stuff logically. That's where my thought process comes from, all of that stuff. I look at it logically. I look at, if the games are great, doesn't matter what kind of freaking logos on there, and you got services and hardware that people want, they're going to gravitate to it. That's my personal thought on it, and why I don't think it's a big deal. But anyways, I'm not going back down that road. My point is, they've already been doing positive things, right? I look at, like, when I was at GDC, that was the whole ID at Xbox thing, and a lot of those games that they had there were ID at Xbox. That's another positive thing. They're putting spotlights on these indie and these AA games. That's freaking great. Obviously, I think these one-offs that they're starting to do now with, like, Metro, and they're going to do the one, in May for that Sega game.
The RGG.
Yeah.
Oh,
So whereas they're the ones that are presenting it, and it's it's a Microsoft production, and they're doing all that. I think everything at Tina's. Yeah.
Great.
But
That's
my whole
they're framing it that it's like we are the ones presenting this. That was really great.
Yeah.
The Metro one today was excellent.
Yeah. Which again, I'm not gonna go back on the road, but that's part of my thinking on that too.
One question for you, Parris.
Yes.
And you kind of talked about this on not XCast, on Kind of Funny. What is one thing? Like, what is probably like the biggest thing other than the Game Pass pricing? Because she's already talked about that. What is probably the biggest thing that Asha could announce for the brand that you would think would be the most helpful for her to do? Like, I'm talking medium or long term or short term. Like, does that have to be a little thing? Could be a big thing. Like, what thing other than the pricing of Game Pass do you think that like needs to be addressed heavily?
I think like I said, I don't think they're going to be able to put the toothpaste back in the tube. So I do not see some kind of full exclusive. They do that, people lose their minds. I understand that. But I think like even with Gears E Day, like if they were to say, hey, it's coming to Xbox and PC this October and the PlayStation's nowhere in sight, I think that's the start of them starting to better protect their flagship IPs. You got to give someone like we were talking about it on Kind of Funny because the whole thing was a what if for how to fix Xbox, right? And part of that what if is if you're trying to get people to buy the box, if they want people to buy Helix, what's the incentive?
Right, exactly. Why am I buying that?
You're right. The best I think they could do in this current thing would be some form of timed exclusivity. You got to have some kind of FOMO. You got to have someone that wasn't thinking about getting an Xbox or PC because obviously they're integrated with Windows. To say, well, man, I'm getting it there. I ain't waiting for it to come to PlayStation or Switch or whatever, right?
One final question, Parris, to you because of that, because I know you got to go. And there's one final question to that point. Because I had asked this question, and even on Booms, I was like, how do they do this? And my thought went back to, and I know you already said that you doubt they're going back to exclusivity, which I agree. Maybe partial, timed, stuff like that. What would you say will be something that could pull people to the next hardware and going forward, because Jazz is saying it's going to be more after that? What could pull people back to it if they don't have exclusivity, in your opinion? What could they do?
Well, I'll actually take you back to a little over a year ago when last time I interviewed Phil Spencer. I asked him then, all right, no red lines, you doing all this, why am I buying an Xbox? And he said they were going to do something unique with the next console, which now we know is Helix. And I think their play was and still is, because it was already in motion, is the fact that it's an open platform console. We've never seen that before. I mean, the Steam machine would probably be the first when it comes out, but that's a Linux box. So you can't do everything that Helix could potentially do as an open platform, even the Steam machine couldn't do, and not at that performance level either, right? So I think that's the play. We're going to give you this high performance box that's an open platform. It will act as an Xbox console and play your console games, despite what some people might think. Yeah. And you can play it that way. But if you want the Epic Store, if you want Steam, if you want to put GOG on there, if you want to tinker, you want to do all these things, we're going to allow you to do that too. That seems to be the play. So it can work as a basic box. I press the button and it works and I play my games. Or if I want to dive deeper into it and start tinkering, I can do that too. All this sounds great on paper, but how is it going to go in execution? That's going to be the biggest thing that they got to figure out. I think they talk about it more in June. Don't think we see the box in June. Like I said, I think the earliest we would see would be the 25th anniversary. And then going into the 25th anniversary and into 2027, now you finally, the name revealed, show the box, and we start seeing, can this actually work? Because remember, dev kits are going to go out next spring. So once dev kits start going to third parties, we're really going to know, because devs that don't work at Xbox Game Studios will start talking and they're going to tell you exactly how this thing's going to go down. So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
To answer my own question, because I loved your answer, Parris. For me, the thing that would build the most trust back with the brand as fast as possible would be them to bring back the backwards compatibility program with new games, not just new features, new games.
I think that's happening.
I do too. I really do too. We've seen weird things with stuff getting listed on the back end of the store. I follow a lot of that, and truly, because that's something that, I mean, it'll make some money. It won't cost, in the grand scheme of things, it won't cost that much to do.
Yeah.
It won't make that much in return either, though. But it shows that they really care about these old games that we can play, that we want to play. I'm a huge believer in playing like original Xbox, and Xbox 360 era games as much as the games that come out right now. That would be the biggest thing for me. That would build a lot of trust back with the brand. Especially Activision and Sierra Online and Universal and Vivendi games.
And I agree with I agree with both of you guys on your points here. I would say too, one of the things I said on Boom is that, and I know it's easy to say, but they have to start making sure that their products, anything they put out, and they've been on a roll with this, it's just quality products, right? Continue that trend, and as they say, that if you build it, they will come. And I think if they continue giving people quality games, especially games that start ranking in the 90s, I think this, people are going to have to turn around and be like, okay, let me give these games a shot. I would say.
I mean, think about it. If sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I would think that like, if we're also doing this thing where we're pulling back a little bit from the 30% margins that we have to hit, one of the like immediate wins that she could do would just be to announce some fan favorite game that probably won't make a ton of money, but that people would really love to see. Just greenlight something, right? Be like, oh yeah, Obsidian's working on a Fallout, which like that's tough.
Yeah,
but Banjo-Kazooie, that's a pretty fast turnaround. Something like that, right? Is you just greenlight something that people have been asking for a long time that may or may not make a ton of money, but it makes a lot of like social impact. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. Stuff to pull back to the nostalgia too that we always credit Sony or specifically Nintendo for. Nintendo has a ton of it. Nostalgia, like
I mean that's the whole Nintendo brand, frankly.
Sure.
Yeah.
But look, we do have to get going. Parris, my brother, I want to thank you again for joining us. Always a pleasure to talk with you.
It wasn't a pleasure. Don't laugh.
Listen,
truly.
No, Parris, man, I've been talking to you for years now. This is nothing. And listen, we are in a GCP where we have way more contentious conversations than what we just had. Believe me. That's why at first I was like, "Come on over there," but I know. Trust me. I'm not inviting you. I'm not inviting you.
Do you see now why I don't go over there? I'm not doing that. But let me say this. I appreciate you saying that, and I know it got slightly heated there for a second, but I just want to be clear on this one part. My only point of the pushback to the pushback and what we were talking about is it's like let's just enjoy the games, man. Let's not worry so much about the business side of things that we can't control. I guess that's my thing. It's like this is something that is out of our control that they're doing. That
I agree.
Ultimately, you know what I'm saying?
Agree.
So
I feel like I spent too much money that I fear the thing I can't control.
Yeah.
Well, we got to practice
like
Serenity
700
prayer.
some games on Xbox.
Yeah.
And the concept of like them moving to just being a publisher scares the crap out of me.
I agree, but I will say again, and again, I want to give you my whole point. I was like, I didn't want to do all this, bro. Yeah. As I'm sure you might see, Umbra, I get shit every single day.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Every day. Someone even put in the chat earlier, dudes creating thumbnails and AI stuff. They got me kissing Aaron Greenberg and it's just stupid stuff.
That.
So when I feel like it's leaning that way, I'm like, I gotta go. I don't want to deal with that. But
that's fair.
To the point of what just all what you're saying, I get that. I mean, all of us have invested thousands of dollars into this ecosystem. And you want to make sure it's protected and it doesn't go away.
Yep.
Again, without me saying anything to say anything, but it's not going away.
Yeah,
I think they've invested. I mean, think about the damn near $100 billion in the gaming that they've invested just in the past 6 years. They're not going anywhere. Look, I don't agree with all their strategies and the things that they do. I try to understand them. And see, okay, well, let's see if it works. Like, again, even with this whole, all right, let's put games on PlayStation. all right, let's see if it's going to work. Clearly, Forza Horizon 5 worked. So that told me they're not going to end Sea of Thieves. So they're not going to stop to some level, but I do think maybe they slow the cadence. That would make sense.
The
to
cadence,
me,
or even single player stuff.
That's
like,
what I
maybe
said.
they pull back on single player.
That's the thing I said. I think if Forza makes sense, I think even the multiplayer parts of Halo and Gears might make sense. I don't know if putting the single player over there makes sense if you want to appeal to your base, right? Because I feel like Halo and Gears and Forza, those are tent poles. And when you go that far, it starts to make people think that you're not in it for the long haul. But all that it said, I agree with a lot of that. I think you and Crusader and Danny, I think you all made great points. There is one other thing I did want to bring up for our good brother Black Viking. He told me to challenge you on this, Parris. He said,
"Oh my God!"
He said,
This guy.
He said, who's the strongest between you and him? He said to ask him. He'll tell you. He said that I guess you all had a face off.
Who's the strongest?
Wait, between me and Black Viking?
Yeah.
Oh, I know he ain't make me. Not even a question.
Yeah, I know that you all. I remember you all going back and forth before that on Twitter and stuff like that. And I know he challenged you like, see me in person and all that. That was
no,
funny.
he like God. That was 2 years ago at PAX.
Yeah.
It was before he worked at Microsoft, and or maybe I just got to. No, it was before because he was going to PAX with the crew. And that was the first time we met up in person and hung out. Good dude, man. He's a really good dude.
Yeah,
we stay in touch. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I do have these 2 super chats to go to, but I want to let you go ahead and sign out, my brother, and tell folks. I know they know where to find you, but tell them.
Hey, they definitely know where to find me because goddamn, if I tweet anything, we get angry.
Right. But Parris, man, thanks again for joining us. Tell the good folks where they can find you, what you'll be up to. I know you and Danny got some good things going on over there, obviously with your show. And I got to make sure to put this in the show notes later. But yeah, tell the good folks, man, about yourself and everything.
Couple things. You can find me Gamertag Radio. Kind of funny. My own personal YouTube channel. It's literally the one that's here in the chat now, Parris ML. Actually, I just put up a Pragmata video. I did a sponsored thing with NVIDIA showing it off on PC, DLSS4, path tracing, all that stuff. I got a preview up of Forza Horizon 6. And next week, I will be in Tokyo, Japan for Forza Horizon 6. They are doing an event over there, so I will be that. So I will have some content coming out of that. I believe the actual date of the event is April 23rd, so whatever weird timey-wimey thing, it'll probably still be late on the 22nd here or maybe early on the 23rd here. But yeah, I'll be over in Tokyo all week next week doing that, checking out Forza Horizon 6, and then Secrets after that. All right,
big moves.
I'm out.
Hey, can I go on as baggage maybe to Japan? I don't know. Anyway.
No, you'd be a strike 69 for that. Oh, and one last thing, because I'm petty. I will be wearing my Project Helix hoodie at that event, so you can look out for that.
There you go.
And I'm reviewing Soros right now for PlayStation. So Thank you to PlayStation for sending me a review code.
Shout out to PlayStation. All right, brother. Thank you again, man. We'll talk with you soon.
All right, I'll catch you later.
All right. Let's go to the super chats here again. I want to thank my brother Assassin. He dropped a $20 donation. It says, Phil and Sarah completely ruined my trust and faith in Xbox. Asha is doing her best, but I've been so conditioned to expect bad news for Xbox. I can understand why Umbra is skeptical. Also, I expect exclusives will come back. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Has this been the longest period of time without Xbox bad news?
I think so.
Probably.
A long time.
There was a different podcast I was listening to where it was like, because there was some bad news with PlayStation recently, and people were like, "Well, usually when that happens, Xbox shows up and
right saves the day."
Yeah,
right.
And they didn't, and they were like, "It's been 48 hours, and they haven't. I don't know what's going on."
Yeah, I do expect exclusivity to return to some extent.
Yeah, not full, but yeah.
Like, Forza is never like we were talking about that with Parris. Forza is never going back in the box.
No.
It is the one game that verifiably, any way you look at it, made a fuck ton of money on PlayStation.
Yeah, it was like that and Sea of Thieves were like
big ones
over there.
So like, that's never going back in, and that's kind of fine. Like, they're cars. I don't get a goddamn I don't associate the Xbox brand with Forza. I don't associate the PlayStation brand with
GT.
Gran Turismo, right? Like, they're cars. I associate them with my road outside.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'm a little different on
and-
that part. I do associate Gran Turismo with them with PlayStation. This is a long time running franchise. I get you, but I do associate them. I mean, not to the level of like a God of War or
there's
something
no
like
iconic
that.
characters. It's nothing original. It is
Sure.
just a simulation racing game.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
It's a very good one. And like Forza is a very good arcade simi game.
Yeah.
But like, if you just showed me a still image of that, I would tell you it's cars.
That's well, okay. Now, Cars is a different thing. That's the one where you go
I would tell you it is. I would tell you it is a sports car. Right?
Well,
like,
Okay.
Wait, let me ask you, Crusader. How big are racing games to you as a gamer?
I'm not. They're not.
There you go.
do not
That's why
rate
you say that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's why you're
hard
saying
to
that.
take
Yeah,
Something that is identifiably real life
yeah.
and associate that with another. Like, it is hard for me to take a fucking Honda and associate that with anything but being a
Oh
Honda.
yeah. Whenever people were like, "Oh, they're gonna make the Xbox like platform fighter or whatever," and they're like, "And a McLaren," and I'm like, "What?"
I remember
They're like
that.
going through the roster, and they're like, "And a Lego McLaren." I'm like,
Oh,
This-
that was so
The
stupid.
same
I
thing
remember
is
that.
true with Flight Sim. I
Yeah.
don't really like Flight Sim's not doing numbers on PlayStation. Flight
Yeah.
Sim's not doing numbers on Xbox. Flight Sim's only doing numbers on PC,
Yeah.
where with the people that have the who love that kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
like that stuff.
But,
But
to
it's
your
like-
point,
It is something to help grow it still, like as far as a brand. But go ahead. I'm sorry, good Danny.
No, I mean to your point, I do
Like-
see a lot of, especially like some of the mid-sized ones. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if everything south of Midnight's size and smaller, we just like never see go over to a different platform.
Be being ported anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm frankly like a little pissed at how badly that sold on PlayStation because that game is way too good
I
to
agree.
be sold that little.
Yep. I wonder how's it doing on Switch. It's going over there, so
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Probably also not super great, but maybe a little bit better.
I would imagine it do better on Switch. I mean, it's made for it
Yeah.
almost, in my opinion. You know, and I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying here, but I will say,
I'm not hating on Forza Grey Nomad. I'm just saying that I don't have the ability to associate Forza or Gran Turismo with the respective brands that make them.
I think that's because you don't care for racing games like that, right? Many of us
I
here
like
have.
the Horizon games. Like I
Which
played
ones?
the crap out of 5.
Yeah.
It's just that like it's such a not. It's like if you wanted me to associate the Madden games
Mhm.
with like a console. Like if Xbox made Madden, I wouldn't be associating it with Xbox. I
If
don't
it was
really care
exclusive
what
to
way.
Xbox for a long time, I think you would. But I think again, like this called like Call of Duty. If Call of Duty was exclusive to only to Xbox or PlayStation, you would associate it with it.
But that's like again, like especially Black Ops
Yeah.
is a very like distinctive thing with distinctive characters that are original.
Sure, but
They're not-
I think you're looking at it from a different perspective. You're looking at it from in terms of mascot. I'm looking at it in terms of
Sure,
IP.
I'm looking at it in terms of things that I can actually take and associate like originality with. There's not
See, but I'm
really
not looking.
an originality in a racing game.
I get you,
because you're
but most
taking
of them
cars
look at it that
exist
way.
in real life.
I get you, but most are
And
not looking at it from a
race tracks
perspective
that exist in real life.
of characters and stuff. They're looking at it from a perspective of
Sure.
IP to that platform. That's all. You see
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
aren't there for the
Because it's not because like that's my problem. It's not really IP to the platform. It's like saying that like I barely
Racing
associate
game?
Spider-Man with PlayStation. I associate Spider-Man with Marvel, and they happen to make a PlayStation.
Well, it's
game.
Marvel. It is Marvel. So I mean, you're essentially correct.
and, like,
So
A
you would
Honda
just
is a Honda.
you would just be telling the truth there because Spider-Man is Marvel. But I'm saying though,
Well, but Sony
after
does,
so
though, like,
long,
it's complicated.
and it is
Yeah.
more complicated. 'Cause Spider-Man is on more, he's on other consoles before that,
Like,
and
yeah.
even now he can still appear in like team games and stuff like that. So he's not wholly unique to Sony. But
I saw him in Tony Hawk that one time.
you see,
Right.
you see what I mean. But if you
It's like,
got,
I would
if
have
you,
a
but
hard
if you have an
time-
original IP, like
Well, Call of Duty is an original IP.
I'm
Like,
talking
that-
about
that's where
first
I'm, like,
party specifically, right? Now, then Microsoft owns them now, but they didn't
they are
create
first
them.
party.
Yeah, but they didn't create them. So I'm talking about something that's created whole cloth to
Well,
that platform. Forza
sure, but
is
like
unique to
PlayStation-
Xbox.
They didn't. Yeah,
You
they
see what I mean?
created the. Well, they did. Did they even really create the name Forza, or did they take?
No,
that
that's a real
from
name.
something?
That's a real life
Forza's
name.
a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all of the things in it. It's like all licensed music, all licensed cars, all tracks in real life, except for in the
Overworld.
motorsports or the Horizon games, where like at least the maps are semi-original.
Mm.
It's just like that is like licensed content, the licensed content game, and that's not a bad thing. It's just like I've always had a hard time associating like those kind of things with Xbox, where it's like I've always said that like that would be the game because of how much of it is licensed and how much that cuts into their margins. That would be the one to go everywhere long before they bought anything. I was always shocked that like those games weren't everywhere.
I sort of get what you're
that
saying.
wasn't like Minecraft.
I still have difficulty. Like I cannot and will not ever associate like Metal Gear or Final Fantasy with PlayStation. I know a lot of people do, but I'm just like that's not a that's not a thing. And like I don't associate Splinter Cell with Xbox, and a lot of people do. Like
it would
those
be
are
like
just
associating
different.
MLB the Show with like the concept of the MLB with PlayStation for MLB the Show.
Well,
their
it depends on how long it goes with it.
PlayStation, it's baseball.
I disagree with you there, though. It's a matter of how iconic something is to that moment, right? For instance, Metal Gear was so iconic to PlayStation. Was it 1 or 2 at the time?
I have no idea.
It was PlayStation
1 probably.
1, yeah, for the first Metal Gear, and it's so iconically tied to that. Because of how great that game was, it's tied to the mythos of PlayStation. Now, going forward, now it's been everywhere, so of course not. But and the same thing with Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell took off because of its exclusivity to Xbox at the time, right?
Sure, I was a fetus when all that was happening.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean shit to me.
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
KOTOR was an Xbox exclusive. I don't really give a shit. It's a game.
But many do though. Many will say that's an old Xbox OG classic, right? I get you, but most would disagree.
Classic. It's a great game. And again, like Star Wars. It's really hard for me to associate Star Wars with anything other than Star Wars. Like I'm not going to associate that with Xbox.
Well, not Star Wars as a whole, but you would definitely associate that specific game with it because that's where it was tied to at the moment. But I mean, it's obviously overall no.
Well,
but
Mass Effect was the Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, I don't associate Mass Effect with Xbox.
Many still associate Mass Effect with it. Yeah, see, that's my point. Like 360, but anyway, either way it goes, I mean, it's whatever. That's just our own perspectives on it. But my thing is, I would imagine to your question.
Actually, I just did a Google search, and the first Metal Gear was exclusive to the MSX2. So
that's hilarious.
That's the old school Metal Gear.
So that's actually. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, so that one doesn't count because you were a fetus. I see.
Oh, don't you start. We don't have enough time to argue with you right now. But I mean, to your question though, Assassin, I would imagine, because I argued this on Boom, that I think if Xbox was to try to pull people toward the next console, the real way to do it, aside from services, is through some type of exclusivity, be it timed or whatever. Because, and I know people will say, well, we got to look at it from, don't look at it from a perspective, but if you're looking at it from a business, not just as a gamer, but as a business perspective, what will pull people to you? And it can't just be, oh, we got Game Pass, because Game Pass is expensive now. And now they're talking about changing tiers to where you might not even get certain games and stuff, like Call of Duty being taken out of it.
They're talking about changing tiers. They're talking about adding new tiers, which is in itself a problem.
Well, they also talking about, adding, I guess, is the better word, true, because they're talking about adding an all just specific first-party one. So you're right. It's more adding.
I think it would be a full like reshuffle. I don't think they would just add a new one. I think they would have to change. I think it's going to be a top-down reboot.
I would kind of think that too, Danny, to your point. That's why I said changed initially, because I'm thinking if they do add new tiers, it's going to make things confusing. So
they're going to have to just not offer Call of Duty this year as a day one game and drop the price by $10.
I want to have that discussion. I swear I want to get into that more, but we don't have the time. That right there could be a main topic of discussion in itself. Because I saw so many people like arguing it, like, oh, don't you dare get rid of it.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you guys on it, but I guess we can save it for another time. I do have this other super chat from Assassin though. He said Banjo-Kazooie from Playground Games and Forza Tech. Hey, that would be something. I don't know. I mean, they wouldn't need that for that, though, right? I mean, because you can make Banjo and Kazooie in Unity, no problem. I mean,
I don't know that the engine. Yeah, I don't know that the engine for Banjo-Kazooie matters.
Yeah.
Like,
That shit
you're
ran
going
on-
so hyper-stylized, Unity actually might be the better choice, because, like,
could
look
be
at
fine.
Ori.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
Um,
do it. Look, I'm just saying, you license it, and I guess we don't for sure know what like Toys for Bob is doing, but you could license it out to like Toys for Bob or like the
Oh, they're doing
ukulele
it
team
fine.
if they still exist or
100%.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's second party or third party teams that you could license it out to and get a deal for. You know,
I don't know. I
It-
hope they
it
do go that
truly-
route. Yeah.
It truly doesn't even need to be that good. You know, to get the like good public sentiment.
I would hope
You
it
just
is
have to-
good though. I would hope that
I
that's
think
what they
it
aim
needs to be
for.
like an 8. It doesn't need to be a 9.
Yeah, 8 will do just fine. Yeah.
Like it just
I
needs
would
to
do,
be
agree.
good, like good enough, you know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
needs to
It
be
just-
a game that people play and they're like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You bring in Grant Kirkhope, do some music, and honestly, you're probably already at a 7.
100%. Yeah. There's
you
so
know-
many ways they could do this.
the other thing is, realistically, I think the best thing they can do is pull back and be like, we are only going to support the studios that support our ecosystem. We're only going to support the places that support our ecosystem. And be like, we're going to keep releasing on Steam. We're going to keep releasing on the
sure.
Epic Game Store. We're going to keep releasing on GOG, because these places are all also going to be available on our new system, and we want to support the open competitive market we're making there. And
Right.
like, as far as, you know, they can be like, as far as like places that don't have storefronts there, we'll support them in as much as they support us. And so, like, for PlayStation's still going to be putting their multiplayer stuff on PC, so put your multiplayer stuff on PlayStation. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really want you to put Halo and,
To some
Gears
extent,
there, but
yeah,
like,
that's what I was gonna say.
yeah, I don't
Halo
really
and-
want those there, but like,
Halo
I
and
don't
Gears
really,
probably shouldn't, because that is so intrinsic to
Yeah,
the identity.
I don't
Frankly,
really,
I think if she wants to be like a real like hard
Yeah.
ass, she should probably cancel at least Gears E-Day coming to PlayStation.
yeah. I mean, realistically, I think she should cancel the goddamn Halo CE remake going to PlayStation.
I
think
kind
so
I
too,
kind
but
of
it's
agree with
probably-
that.
But that's
It's
probably
too
like
soon.
done.
I
It's
think,
like
yeah,
done.
I think that that's
You know what I
coming out
mean?
this summer, like before July is out.
I would agree with that
So-
too. Actually, what if they just like, if she really, if honestly,
Look,
we
man.
had this discussion behind the scenes with.
Yeah.
Shout out to Slow Mo, because I think he made this point first. He said if she really wanted to make an impact, and I think
Right.
Lucius made
Well,
it too. Cancel Halo
and
going
look,
over there
I
to the
think
PlayStation.
that that's like the gears are too that's too far.
It's
Yeah.
too much.
That's too
Well,
close.
and to respect, you know, Parris's view on this, because I do agree with a lot of what he was saying, is like, when they first started putting their shit multi-platform, I was really excited for that, because I was like, okay, cool, this will force other people to do it too, and then it didn't.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what's so
And it's just
disappointing
like-
about it.
There was this world that we were potentially stepping into where
Mm-hmm.
everyone, probably with the exception of Nintendo, putting their stuff on every platform, and then
Yeah.
we could have this like really great time for the industry where we're competing separately for hardware and software.
Yep.
And that would be the best scenario for literally everyone involved.
Right. Consumers,
PlayStation
especially for
didn't-
sure.
PlayStation was not willing to reciprocate because they're already, you know, the leader, and so they are extremely resistant to change.
Yep.
And a point I wanted to make before he left was, why should I be excited as a consumer for games going to PlayStation when PlayStation's not giving me the option to play their games where I want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's worthwhile.
And I
and
think
that's-
that's what you're
That's
what you're
sort of the
getting
point I was
towards.
getting to.
Yeah.
It was just like, you know, it's like I would love for there to be zero exclusivity anywhere. That would be
Yep.
ideal.
Ideal.
But if you can't be the only platform without it. You know what I
Agreed.
mean?
Agreed. You can't be the only
Yeah.
one.
And from just like a business sense, like that's not.
It's not viable. You making yourself look,
Yeah.
for lack of
And-
better words, cooked.
And I have heard a lot of the arguments. I've seen a lot of arguments online. I watch a lot of content because I'm a millennial.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I've heard a lot of people being like, "Oh, well, they can't. Like, they've already put it on other places." And you know, it pissed a lot of people off if they pulled their stuff off of PlayStation.
Right.
Because I think when everyone says like, "Oh, we want to go back to exclusivity or whatever," I don't think anyone realistically believes that they'll take it off PC. I think they literally just mean
Their
don't put it
next
on
console
PlayStation.
is PC. There's no way it's happening.
Yeah.
Like,
So I think they literally just mean don't put it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And
Nor Nintendo.
and so people are like, you know, oh, they can't do that. It would piss a lot of people off. To which I was like, but they've made so many other decisions that piss people off. Like they're raising the price of shit.
Right.
Like like it didn't stop them from doing any of that shit. I don't know why we think it would stop them from doing this one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And people are like, they can't put it back in the bottle. They've already gone to PlayStation, Nintendo. And I'm like, motherfuckers.
I'm not saying delist the
Sony-
ones that are already there.
That's also not going to happen. Sony's not
Yeah.
going to delist their PC ones either. But I'm like, motherfuckers, Sony started porting shit to PC in 2020.
Yeah.
Their single player stuff. And they're pulling out 6 years later.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
for their single
to
player
be
stuff.
fair, we still haven't heard any official word from Sony on that, by the way.
No, but they haven't
is-
announced
that's true.
another new PC port,
Yeah.
and the
I
claim
don't know
was
that that's
that
the
they.
kind of thing.
Well, we did
They
see
canceled.
Nix's though. We did see the Nix's post where it was alluding to them having more in store.
Yeah, but they have more multiplayer games in store.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true too. Yeah, Fear Games, for
and
instance.
and the report was that they are not doing single player anymore, but they are still doing multiplayer. And they
Right.
are still there is still for their like external publishing, so things like Kenna and things like
Right.
Death
Yeah.
Stranding are in a different bucket because it is up to those.
The developers.
It is
'Cause
up
they
to
don't
those
own
developers.
those IP. They don't own
Yeah.
either of
They
those.
don't own Death
Well,
Stranding. Yeah, Death
I
Stranding
don't
was
believe
coming
they own
PC.
Kena. I know they don't own
They-
Death
To,
Stranding.
to Commander
They don't own
Striker's
Kenna.
point there too, with the rumor of Sony making their own PC launcher, that could be the case as well.
I think
also-
that fell apart.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I don't see that.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that just doesn't check out
Yeah,
in my head for
and
some reason.
we have them making statements in their last thing saying that they want PlayStation to be the best place for people to play, not just to play their stuff, to play,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And so the multiplayer games make sense to put everywhere because you need the player base, you want to sell the microtransactions.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I asked this calculus all people to think about this calculus. Yeah, they're making more money on individual game sales, but is that actually causing them to make more money? Right?
Do
Are
those,
they
do those
actually
moves justify
making more
the
money
yeah?
as a company
Mm-hmm.
and not just on the individual discrete
Basically, do the
products?
ends justify those means that that's in
Yeah,
that
right.
case? I agree with you. And
does
I feel like it's
making
not.
more money
Yeah.
on God of War Ragnarok by selling it on PC
Yeah.
cause them to make more money overall,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or are there so many people who are like, I don't want to be on my PS5 anymore. I'm just going to get everything on PC. And now you're losing out on all that Fortnite money. Now you're losing out on all that Resident Evil Requiem money. Now you're losing out on all that, because they're taking 30% for free, essentially, on purchases people make on their store from shit they didn't make.
Right.
And I have to ask, is selling these games, like a lot, like for Xbox, is selling Starfield and is selling because Forza's probably worth it, right?
Forza seems like it's
Sea of Thieves was probably worth it.
especially because Forza has such a limited window when you can actually sell it,
Right.
because of all of its licensing.
Yeah.
That one I think makes a lot of sense.
It does. It's also very multiplayer coded, right? The way the world works and how they, and that would increase the life blood of that game too. And that's why I said maybe the multiplayer portions of Halo and Gears could go over, but the single player should not. I don't know if they would ever do that, but I think that kind of makes some sense.
Forza's also unique in that Forza has a limited, a very limited, what is it called? Shelf life, because it's like everything is licensed and eventually it will be delisted, so it makes sense.
That's what Danny just said.
Was it what Danny said? I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You've had a very long day and or week.
A very long week.
I
Look,
get it.
That's to that point. Listen, we do have to get
Let's
out of
get
here.
on,
Yeah. So, listen, good show. Contentious originally at a point, but it got down. It's interesting. I like that.
Putting contentious in quotes. There was
Yes,
no contention.
indeed. Shout out to Santi Lou. I see you. She said, this is the thing that they can be pissed about. You gave a taste of the games. If they really want to play the game, buy an Xbox, and I agree. They got to do something.
Sony's gonna win with the PlayStation
That's
and
what- I
PC,
mean,
man.
that's-
Like, that's
100%.
exactly what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
And frankly, PC's a bigger marketplace, so that's pissing off more people.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Listen, let's get out of here, guys. Crusader, tell the good folks where they can find you and what you'll be up to.
You can find me at Crusader3456 on all platforms, and I don't know what I'm gonna be up to. I'm struggling to exist right now. I'm so tired.
That was depressing.
I'm just tired. I got a charity event for my former high school I'm gonna be at this weekend. That should be fun.
Nice.
You guys can find me on fucking Twitter or whatever. I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm gonna be there for
fuck.
long. I don't know how much longer I got in me, guys.
I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I'm
Find me
out.
where I normally tell you could find me.
I gotta tell you, time is money, and I'm broke.
And Danny, tell the good folks where they can find you, man, and what you'll be up to.
You can find me on my other podcast, Ready Set Replay. We are about to put out an episode all about Mario Tennis, which I'm gonna just come out and let you know immediately. Probably the most different me and my co-host have felt about a video game. So it's a really fun episode, even if you don't give a fuck about Mario Tennis. Like one of us won't say who it was me.
I should have known.
Oh.
But yeah, as far as myself, Infinite Umbra or Umbra Infinite, you'll find me either way on social media. I have to make sure to post this on Bluesky later, but and get the timestamps done and everything. Parris's information I'll put into place. And not that you all probably not already subscribed over there, but we'll do it anyway. We got to honor our guest. Thank you, Parris, again. I'm not sure if you're lurking around, but thank you again, brother. And thank you all in the chat for being here. Danny just put his link in the chat. If you all could, make sure you go subscribe to the Ready Set Replay. We appreciate all of you guys' time and being here. And yeah. Go ahead.
If you want to bully Parris, bully him in the correct way and bully him into following me on Twitter.
Exactly. No nastiness.
Bully him the correct way and be funny about it and not mean.
Not mean.
People need to not be mean to people.
Yeah.
If you're gonna bully Parris, don't bully him about video game shit. Bully him about the fact that he's a Tampa Bay fan.
Right. Exactly. Or that he has Hulk Hogan on his Mount Rushmore. No, I'm joking. I got him on mine too, so I can't say that. But no, seriously, thank you all again. We're going to get out of here. You all have a great weekend. Play some games. Go see the movie. I'm excited for that Michael Jackson movie, by the way. It's coming out, next week? Yeah, on the 24th.
Like
What?
Michael Jackson.
It's a Michael Jackson biopic.
Very excited for
I
that.
haven't even heard of that.
What? You been
Someone
under a
sent
rock?
me a trailer.
I'll post it to you. How have you not seen that?
I don't go to the movies.
But listen, okay, we got to get going. I will talk with you guys later. Y'all have a great night.